everyone, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you with me, nearly 100 in already. I'm going to be speaking a little bit quiet tonight because I've decided to do an in-room stream for a couple of reasons. One, I'm really tired because I had a late night last night at Simon's house with all the Christmas festivities and what have you. And two, I've got my green screen back again. This is a temporary one. I've ordered some off Lazada with a stand. This one behind me is kind of hanging with a piece of string, but it's doing the job nicely. So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you had a good Christmas. I hope you didn't eat too much. You probably did, like I did, but hey ho, it's Christmas. Right, okay. So just hopefully you can all hear me okay. I've got one of these cheap headset things in, but it seems to do the job. If there's any problems, let me know. Okay, but I know the picture is going to be really good tonight because I've now sorted out my broadband. I've got true broadband. They advertise it as 1,000 gig, but it's not. I actually get about, if I go through a VPN in Singapore, I actually get about 400 or 500 gigs, so it's really fast. So the picture shouldn't freeze or anything tonight, unless it goes wrong. I shouldn't think it will. Right, let's say hi to everyone. Over 100 in now. That's good. Right, I'll say hi to Dutch Frank first. He's been a member for a while, but he's rejoined. Just put his name up there. He rejoined after 3 months. And a big hi to Steve Gibson and Mark. I think it's Mark Langham. Thanks to you guys. Just talking on the membership. I think what I'm going to do, because I've got quite a pricey membership, and I've got a really cheap membership. I think I'm going to be scrapping the expensive membership. And because what I do is when I put out the stories and videos, I always allow the members to watch them 3 or 4 days before everybody else. And I think if I scrap the expensive membership, I can just concentrate on the cheaper one, and then I can let everybody who's a member, watch early. And also hopefully I can do some member streams as well, like they do on other channels. So I'm still kind of thinking about that. So let's get rid of that one and let's start saying hi to everybody tonight. Let's have a look. Right, I've got a super chat. That's a real surprise. Straight in now, of course, just a regular there. Jeff say Merry Christmas, Peter. Thanks, Jeff. What can I say, mate? You do it very often, and I do appreciate it. Right, okay. So I'm going to say hi to. Let me just check the latest comments, make sure everybody can hear the sounds okay. Yeah, that's fine. And you might have noticed as well tonight, I'm a little bit earlier today. I've decided it's 10 p.m. here in Bangkok. Obviously, living in an apartment, I can hear people moving about, so I'm sure they can hear me. And talking at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night isn't a problem. But if I start, if they're trying to sleep at 2 in the morning, I'm on here getting carried away, then it's a bit much, isn't it? Okay, right. And it's going to be more like a kind of a UK stream this week. I've got 3 competitions lined up for you and bits of news and things like that. It's great fun being out on the streets, and I'm going to be going somewhere a little bit different next week, away from the kind of Mongo area, something that's quite interesting. You might not have been there before. You might have been there. But I intend to do the streams out and about. It's just at the moment, because of yesterday, I'm just really tired, and I thought I'd test out this new internet. So hopefully it'll be an enjoyable one tonight. I was going to say, to tell you something else, but I can't remember what it is. Right, John Milan, is it? Hello, Peter and gang. Hope you all had a nice Christmas. Yeah, thank you. No name, stay warm. You're in Toronto, -26. Wow, that's really cold. Shinrana, how you doing? Hoping to get out to Thailand. When do you want to get out? You're hoping to get out to Thailand in warm February. Hopefully, I will be able to take you for a one baht meal. Is it? Brian Street, how you doing, mate? Thanks for all your messages. I appreciate your support along the way. James Beagle, hello everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Leeds. Just before I go on, Franco, if you're out there, Damien, if you're out there, let me know. So I know I've got some cover in the background there. Bangkok Jimmy, that is the same. Now, have you changed your? I'm just trying to think. Who was it I met the other day? James Casey, and he has that same logo. Is that you? Yeah, James Jimmy is probably the same. Is it you, James? Stephen Hills, hi there, Peter and chat. Looking forward to tonight's stream. Yeah, hi. Javier Lopez, hi Peter. How you doing, mate? Hope you had a good Christmas. It was okay. It was okay. I wasn't on my own, stuck in a hotel room. Put it that way. Well, I'm in an apartment now, and 3 weeks. What we're today? Monday. Just over 3 weeks now in this apartment. I've just about got it sorted out how I want it. Very happy here. Oh no, Pete. Let me just say thank you to that super chat there. Paul Scratch, another regular there who does that. Watching from work, so no naughty stuff, please. Let's make sure all the girls have cardigans on. Well, I wouldn't rely on that too much, Paul. You know what I do on here. And the Ladyboy competition will be a bit later on. Right, where were we? Hey then, how you doing? Now, let me put that up there because I'll never pronounce that. Is it George Van? Anyway, hi. Right, Ryan Seeger, happy Boxing Day. Yeah, I didn't realise, Boxing Day. If you're English, you know what Boxing Day means. But I advertised it, and I had like some Americans, Canadians, Australians come back. So what does it mean, Boxing Day? So the origins of Boxing Day, I've just learned. I thought it was a worldwide term, but apparently it's a very British term. So I looked it up on Wikipedia, and Wikipedia says Boxing Day in Britain. It was a custom for tradesmen to collect Christmas boxes of money or presents on the first weekday after Christmas, as thanks for good service throughout the year. This custom is linked to an older British tradition where the servants of the wealthy were allowed the next day to visit their families since they would have had to serve their masters on Christmas Day. The employers would give each servant a box to take home containing gifts, bonuses, and sometimes leftover food. Hence the term boxing again. But it's a very British term. I just learned that. I thought it was common around the world. And if you didn't know what it means, now you do. Okay, sounded quite snobbish actually, didn't it? Their masters allowed them a day off. Yeah, my masters allow me a day off as well. Right. Let's get back on track here. Where are we? Old Fogarty, how you doing? Dog, how you doing? Omar Zandes, let's put you up there. You're coming all the way from Los Angeles. Well, thanks for joining us, Omar. Nice to have you in the stream. Happy Boxing Day from Ryan Siegel. Where were we? Is it Padmeister General? Thumbnail was pretty. Yeah, she's pretty girl. We're pretty girl, isn't she? Nothing wrong with pretty girls on the thumbnails. Don Schultz, is it? Hello from St. Louis, Missouri. I think I pronounced that properly. Boohoo, good evening, handsome man. Yeah, I'm here. Oldest handsome man in Bangkok. Seamus Doherty, happy Christmas, Peter. D in Isan. Hi, Peter. Hope it's all good. Now, this is very cryptic, D, because a while ago you left a message. Let me come back to you, D, because there's another super chat there. I just want to say thank you. Martin McCormick, happy Christmas, mate. Cheers. Cheers for that. Right, let me get straight back onto D's comment because, right, a few weeks ago, D, you left I don't know what happened because you left a message. You said, like a grumpy face 3 times. I'm not coming on the stream anymore. And I thought, oh, that's strange because we haven't fallen out or anything. And somebody did ask you why you'd left that message, but you didn't get back to them. And so I just wondered what it was. You're back here now, which is good. So hopefully you're back on. Everything's okay. Let me just get rid of that. Ah, right. The only bad thing about doing a stream inside is when you're in an apartment, you have got to be very aware. So I'm trying to keep my voice at a reasonable level. Let me just say hi to Bernie. Is in the house currently in Pattaya and watching all subscribers on America. So thanks, Bernie, and I enjoyed Bernie as a subscriber. I've met quite a few subscribers. Some I haven't managed to meet because what happens is there's a lot of guys here at the moment, and they fly in. And of course, when they come in, if they watch the channel, they send me a message. Look, hi, I'm in town. Let's meet up for a drink. Let's meet up for lunch. And if I met absolutely everybody who says I'm coming into town, let's meet, I'd just be doing that all the time. That's all I'd be doing is meeting people, which is great. But I wouldn't have time to do anything else. So depending on what I'm doing, like Bernie just hit it at the right time. I'd finished recording, and then he contacted me. So I met him for lunch. We were going to meet at the Huntsman, but we ended up in the Arab Quarter because the Huntsman's closed down apparently now. And yeah, we had a very nice lunch or dinner, was it? No, it was lunch. I met a guy called Eddie out in America. He's going to be moving out here as well. I've met several people, a lot more people in Pattaya. But to all you guys I've met, I can't remember all the names. Just thanks for approaching me. I met a guy here on Sukhumvit last night. I don't know why I'm pointing. You know what I'm pointing at. But I met a guy last night who approached me, took a selfie with me and everything. That was very nice. So yeah, thanks. All right, Rob, how are you doing, mate? Hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you're nice and busy in your taxi. Kev 123456. Even Peter and all. Crypto Chris. You mean Meg, not gig? Absolutely. I'm a dinosaur. You know that. Real deal 2UV. Almost missed it. Hello everyone. I think the time in the UK is about just gone 3, isn't it? 8 minutes past 3. I don't know how it's going to go down this time of the day. Just funny enough, my scheduled streams on a Sunday. Funny enough, it's New Year's Eve next Sunday, so I'll be doing the same again next Monday. I'll do a stream on the Monday rather than the Sunday. James Beagle, hello Peter and everyone else. Thai Billy Boy, best wishes. Real deal TV, great picture quality. Yeah, I've got really fast broadband now. It's brilliant. Ellesmere, hello everyone. What a nice surprise. Hope everyone's doing well. Bottle Baby, how are you doing? Okay. Dear Nissan, I like when you're at a location more than mincing around. I like when you're at a location more than mincing around. What's that mean? Do you mean you like it when I'm sort of sat static, talking, or walking about? FVDV, Merry Xmas from a Durham Monga, okay. Right, all foggy again, what you said. But to be honest, I prefer your indoor streams rather than being out and about. You can concentrate on what you want to say rather than being distracted by others. Um, I actually like both, and there's different viewers tell me differently. Like some people say I prefer it when you're out and about, mixing with the ties and messing about with the girls and bumping into people and stuff. And a lot of people like that, but a lot of people also like the in-room streams because, like it's quite rightly said, you don't have to worry about bumping into somebody or upsetting somebody or, and you can just concentrate on what you're doing. I can do a few games, really get into the comments and stuff. It is easier for me, but there are a lot of guys who do. So I'm going to try and I'll probably do one in-room stream a month and then go out and do some outside streams. But what I'll do when I'm outside, I'll walk. If the stream's going to be an hour and a half long, 2 hours, whatever it is, I'll probably spend an hour walking around, 45 minutes, and then I'll set myself down somewhere so that I can actually just talk and do this. But of course, when I'm out and about, I'm on a phone. I do it on this. I'm actually live streaming on that, so it's really difficult. And that's it, the gimbal I bought. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. The old handle screws off there. Yeah, I've been buying a lot of different cameras and stuff. This one's fabulous. This one, brilliant. This is another DJI, little one like that. A lot of YouTubers are using these now. So small, Look at the size of the screen. It's so discreet and so easy to hold. I haven't used it yet, but it was quite expensive. It was about I think it was 16,000 baht. How much is that? About £400. But you've got to do it properly, haven't you? I can't get it back in here now. Right, okay. Enough about cameras. Bangkok Jimmy, yes, that's me, Peter. Bangkok. Okay, all right, James. Yeah, good to meet you, mate. So I bumped into James. Let me just have a slurp on this. Yeah, I was walking down the road and I bumped into James. He came up and said, "Hey, Peter," he'd been on a binge for about 3 days, but then I bumped into him again. There's a great park at the back of the Queen Surrogate Centre, which is easy to get to from Soi 10. And I bumped into there. And I actually went there tonight, James. I did the 4 mile around the track, and I intend to try and do it most nights because it isn't hot in Thailand at the moment. Not hot for Thailand. It is for the UK or wherever, but it's a real nice walk around the water and the fountains and everything. So yeah, good to see you. And it's Bangkok Jimmy now. Okay, right. So I'll know next time. Right, no name. Canadians have it. All right. Paul Harrison, less than 2 weeks until I'm in Bangkok. That's good. You'll enjoy yourself. A lot of people here at the moment. Sheila, right, good. I'm glad you're in. I can talk about you now. Happy holidays all. If you do the Ladyboy competition, I think I might finally get it right. The girlfriend is obsessed with them. Right, well, it's going to be a little bit different tonight, Sheila, because normally it's you've got to pick. Yeah, there's 7 ladyboys and 1 real lady. So tonight the idea of it is you've got to not pick the ladyboy, but pick the real lady. But I don't know if you'll catch it because I tend to do the ladyboy competition really late towards the end of the stream because some people don't like it and they leave the stream, so I tend to leave it to the end for the diehards. But you all know Sheila. She said she will do another stream with me here. At the moment, I'm not sure where you are. I think you said you're back in Bangkok, aren't you, on the outskirts? But she bought her girlfriend a couple of steaks. She's studying tonight, but we'll get something sorted out. We'll get Sheila in. But unfortunately, she's going to be wearing that damn mask again. I tried to talk her out of it, but no way. Right, okay. Did I mention you, Martin, for the super chat? Thank you for that. I think I did. Paul Harrison's sound has cracked up. Sounds fine. I've got a headset in. Sounds fine. Is it okay for everyone else? Sometimes when you have technical issues, it can come from your end. You can have, if you've got headsets in or something, or you move, you get a bit of a crackle. It's not always from my end. Boohoo, CA have it as well. Yeah, super nice. Oh, you've got to tell Boxing Day again. Why? I've done it once already. I can't do it twice. It'll be boring. You can actually go and look it up. Just what does Boxing Day mean? And get a full description. It's all on Google there. That's all I did. Super nice. Okay, you got. Right, we just read that. James Beagle. Is it me or did the audio mess up? Okay, so you're right. Was I playing with something? How is it now? Right, I will not touch anything because I was messing about with the switch there. Hopefully it's okay now. Right. Right, Naughty Boy sound is good now. Thank you. Mickey Berkshire. Evening, Peter. Happy Boxing Day. Hi, Mickey. Innovations, reality, sound just returned to normal. Okay, what it is, I'm a fidgeter, right? So when I'm sitting here, my hands are free. I start like touching things, and this cheap thing here goes in the side. And what I do, I start wriggling it and playing with it. I don't realize I'm doing it. James Bill, yeah, great now. Okay, old Fogarty again. Can you repeat the explanation of Boxing Day again? The sound got broken. Okay, last time I'm going to read out what the meaning of Boxing Day is, okay, as it's a British term actually, okay, and this is described by Wikipedia. I won't do it again, okay. In Britain, okay, it was a custom for tradesmen to collect Christmas boxes of money or presents on the first weekday after Christmas as thanks for a good service throughout the year. The custom is linked to an older British tradition where the servants of the wealthy were allowed their next day to visit their families since they would have had to serve their masters on Christmas Day. The employers would give each servant a box of take-home gifts, bonuses, and sometimes leftover food. So there you go. That's what Boxing Day. We don't use words like servant anymore in the UK. So yeah, snobbish, isn't it? Right, Peter Capsic, new member. How are you doing, Peter? Thank you for joining. Good to have you on board, as they say. I'm going to be doing something with a membership very, very shortly. Gary Lawless, it's well known Australia Day after Christmas Day, very popular discounts, big stores. Yeah, that is a kind of a shopping day now in the UK as well. Right, Casting Ty says, when he read off from Wikipedia, it do it. All right. Okay. Naughty Boy, happy. So you're saying the first time I read it, Sam went, okay, so I just read it again, right? D&E San again. Hi, Peter. I think the streams are great. All is good. Okay, good. Just a weird message to you. The last time I thought it would upset you. Thank you for that super chat, Michael. Do you think tourism in 2023 will be bigger than 2022, despite the higher prices in Thailand? Still worth the cost, in your opinion? Well, that's a great question, Michael. I just actually last week I put up a video, and the video was called "Is Bangkok too expensive now? Is Thailand too expensive?" And in that upload, I actually discussed prices and is it worth coming here now. So yeah, I mean it's definitely more expensive, but the tourists are still pouring in. The Thais predicted 10 million this year. Actually, 11.5 million have actually come so far, so they're above their expectations. But people will always come to Thailand because it's so you've just got to tighten your belt a little bit, haven't you? Or save more holiday money. But at the end of the day, you've got the great beaches, you've got the smiling faces. There's a lot to do. I go out in the evening. In England, I've said this so many times. In England, it's a routine. You come home, you have your dinner, I walk the dog, I have a shower, Netflix. Next day, I do the same, and the next, right? But here there's so much more to do in the evening. You can go out, you can walk around malls. It's great. So in answer to your question, I think it will get bigger. It's definitely quite expensive in Bangkok now. After I made that video, some people said, "Oh, I go out to some little bar that's under a flyover bridge, which is 5 miles away, and this old auntie serves me Singer beer at half the price of a bar." And that's all great if you're into that. But I'm not into that. I want to walk. I want to go down Sukhumvit. I want to go to Soy 11 and Soy 5 and Cowboy and all these sort of places. They're fun places. If I can't afford to do it, then I'll just go out less. I'd rather do that than water down my entertainment. But in answer to the question, Michael, good question. Yeah, I definitely think tourism will increase. And the other thing you've got going for the mix there is it's not just about prices in Thailand, it's what's going on around the world, isn't it? With global, everything's going up, isn't it? People's budgets are getting tighter and tighter and tighter. A lot of people come out here, older guys, they've worked all their lives, they've got good pensions, good savings, they're pretty okay. They're just going to watch what they spend. But a lot of people now, these 2 week millionaires, and that's not a derogatory term, guys who save up for a couple of weeks and come out here to party 3 weeks, whatever, they're going to find it a bit more of a struggle. But like I said in the video, guys, if you're planning to come out here, pattaya is still very, very good value. There's a lot, food is fairly cheap. Beers, you're talking the price. I would say the price is 50% of what it is here in Bangkok. Now, also in that video, I did say not everything's expensive. Taxis are still cheap. The BTS is still cheap. There's a lot of things that are still cheap. You can still get the odd cheap room and things like that. But generally, entertaining. When you go out to a bar, ladies' drinks, beers, all that sort of thing. Yeah, it costs more money. Pitmaster C, thank you. Super nice. Right, what's that? Definitely Boxing Day. Apparently, a UK tradition. It traditionally involves giving gifts to people like employees, letters, carriers, and others. But for many people, it's just part of the Christmas. Yeah, I mean, you're going back to the old days. I mean, what my understanding of Boxing Day was always, these country estates where they employed, I don't know, 50 servants that lived downstairs, and they were always in the back. My idea of Boxing Day was so they all worked on Christmas Day, cooking for the family, the residents of the house, the uppers. And then the next day they got their day off, and part of the thank you for working for the year was they would go and collect these boxes with all bits and pieces, money, whatever in them. That was always my understanding of it. Um, Okay, Elsmith says, Peter, you can do an interview of the people coming in Thailand. It will give you content for your channel and content for your channel. Right, well, I'll tell you what, I have actually thought of this before, but you won't believe this. Most of the guys that I asked, they just don't want to go on camera. I bumped into people. There was a Canadian, oh no, was he Kiwi Canadian? But he approached me on Suki and I said, "Do you want to say hello?" And he's like, "No, no." He didn't want to go on camera, but I kind of swung it around a bit naughty. But a lot of people, they just don't want to go on camera, you know, and because I'm so used to going on camera, if I meet them and I say to them, "Do you want to go on camera?" A lot of them, they won't go on camera, you know, they're just too shy to. Um, right, El Terrifical, now you're saying muddy audio. Okay, so let me try something else then. Let me try, I'm just going to take the sound out and try popping it into another one. Right, I don't know if that'll be doing any better. Let me just check the settings if it's on. It's working. So see how we get on with this one for a while, and then you can let me know. Okay. Boohoo, I prefer the inland streams as well. Okay. Super nice says Peter, the audio is a problem for my computer mic. Well, I'm not using the computer mic. I'm using a. Let me just double check it. I'm using the one of these. Yeah, USB. Yeah, it's definitely this one. So let's see how we get on. If it continues, what I'll do, I'll swap it for this, like a proper mic. But the problem with that is I can't hear. The reason I've got this is when I run the competitions, I can hear it. And when I've got this in, it cuts all the sound out of the computer, so I can't actually hear the music or anything. Right, okay. Like CryptoFish says, I've never seen you mincing before, Peter. What does that mean, mincing? That's must be an Australian term, is it? Mincing, I don't know. Yeah, Mazza, Merry Christmas to you as well. Jeff D, hi, perfect timing. We'll jog on the treadmill while I watch on the television. Okay, great. Black Bolt, hello. Hi, everyone. Javier, I'm going back to Thailand next week. Feeling very excited about it. Coming straight to Bangkok, Javier. Dean Isan and Bhakti. Naughty Boy talking about streaming. I liked Peter picking up the ladies off the beach. Well, I wasn't actually picking them up. I was just saying hello to them. I just being sociable. Alan O'Connor's sound isn't great. Okay, so these are older comments now. So let me just go down to the newer comments and see. Please change mic sounds awful. Okay. There we go. I'll try this one. This is the one I go out streaming with as well. I don't normally have a problem, but I'm not going to be able to hear any music or anything now on the Ladyboy competitions and stuff. Let me untangle it first. I'll plug this in on here. Which one is this one? Just unplug this one. Right, okay. So the sound is getting picked up on a completely different mic now. So let me know if this one's better or the other one I thought was bad is better than this one. I used to have good sound when I was in the UK. I'll have to go and look at some microphones. I have actually ordered a headset with one of these things. Maybe that'll be better. So how's the sound now? What is it? Perfect, boohoo. Right. Anybody else? Is the sound better? I'm surprised that wasn't any good. Right, okay, that's good. So let me just see what else is going on in the news at the moment. There's a couple of funny stories here. This is a strange one. So this is somebody who's gone over the top. You know, when you go to some guys come in, they don't. Well, let me just read this out. This is in Pattaya. It says Pattaya police searching for foreign man with Thai woman caught on video having sex in public on the Pattaya road. Pattaya locals urge police to take action after seeing an unidentified foreigner allegedly having sex with what appeared to be a Thai woman on a Pattaya roadside at 4 a.m. today, December 26th. An unnamed Thai local was walking near an intersection on Pattaya Third Road when he spotted a male foreigner and what appeared to be a Thai woman blatantly engaging in carnal acts in public early this morning. The local pulled out his phone to record the scandalous scene between the couple as evidence for the authorities. And it goes on a bit. That's from the Bangkok, the Pattaya News rather. And I don't know if you know what's going on in Thailand at the moment. I don't want to. You'll have to go and Google it, see what's going on. With regards to celebrations on New Year's Eve, some will be cancelling. It's New Year. This is from the Bangkok Jacket. It says New Year's Eve countdown to Carlton Road will be cancelled in light of the current fragile mood. But entertainment venues in the popular tourist hangout will be open as usual. A local business leader says. You can go and look that up. It's all to do with the princess. She's got sick. Hopefully she'll recover. Right, Paul, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you in the stream. Strange. It seems to be breaking up when you get a constant stream of. Is that warrant going through the mic when you're constantly talking? Okay, I know what it is. Maybe it's just you might have to turn your sound up. I'm going to turn this down. Maybe it's too high. Hang on. Right, try that. You'll probably have to turn your sound up. I think I've got my mic turned up too high. Yeah, Kevin Davis, when you read from the screen, the sound conflicts. I had this, yeah, I know, I won't do it anymore because I had this on my, when I came in December and I was in a hotel room and it kept going and people kept telling me and I couldn't work it out. And what it is, when I go from the stream to a Word document, it does. So I don't need to go to a Word document anymore. Okay, let me just try and put somebody on a timeout. Crypto Chris says sound gone again. Well, that's because of the worst thing. So let's not dwell on the sound. If it gets really bad, let me know. But it should be okay now. I'm not touching anything. I'm not going to look at any Word documents. We'll see it. But I'm trying to sort everything out. I've ordered a new green screen. I've ordered a new headset. These things are cheap as chips here, so I'm going to buy lots of them and just try them out. Naughty Boy says better now. Paul Harrison, whenever you read something, the sound cracks up. Okay, I've got it. A then seems to affect the sound if you access info on screen. Yeah, okay. Steve, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Hi guys, and Peter. Hope you're all well. Okay, Yours Travels. Steve has just visited Bangkok. Actually, we've had a few nights out together, and on his last night, he had to go real early to the airport. Well, he said it was really early. I thought it was okay. Actually, 9:30 in the morning. I'd have been out all night. But anyway, just pulling your leg there, Steve. He said, well, I don't want to have a late one. So we decided to go around to the Swan Inn, which is a pool hall, mini pool hall, 3 tables. And we thought we'll have a few games of pool, quiet beer, and then that'll be it. We ended up, believe it or not, guys, we had 30 games of pool in a row. 30. Unbelievable. But it was good fun. I really enjoyed it. And I went back again 2 nights later, Steve. Had a game or two. Okay, thank you, Ono P. Richard C. Nice, Peter, much better. No strings. Yes, better when you don't read a document. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. You see, the thing is, what I'm going to do, because I don't have all my equipment here, like I have in the UK, printers and scanners and all that. So in England, I print all this information out, and obviously I can't do that now. Right. Yeah. Okay. Everyone's saying the same thing now. Right. Let me put that up for you, Jos. Innovations reality. What is your opinion of living in Jomtien? Too quiet, too rural. Heard rent is low. No, it's a fantastic idea. Jomtien is great. So is Naklua, North Pattaya, but Jomtien is good. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's very, very boring. There's not much going on there," but that's the point of it. I mean, if you want to live in between go-go bars and screaming girls all night, shouting and what have you, then yeah, you can. You can live in central Pattaya. But the whole point of Jomtien, yeah, the rent. There are a few bars and restaurants over there. There's a real nice stretch of beach for walking. They've got a good footpath. I think it's about 3 miles long until the very end there. Rents are cheap. It's quiet. It's only 10 minutes on a BART bus into central Pattaya. So yeah, I think it's a very good area to choose to live, and you've got a lot of choice with apartments and things. Alan, hi, happy Boxing Day. Hi to you, Alan. John Paul Peter, do you miss your dog? Would you think about getting one for yourself in Bangkok? Yeah, I do miss him, because the thing with animals, pets, dogs especially, it doesn't matter what sort of a day you've had, does it? If you come home and you've had a really shitty day and people have had a go at you and everything's gone wrong, you walk through your door and your dog's there. He's always happy to see you, isn't he? He's like your best friend. So yeah, I mean, he's an animal, isn't he? I miss him. Of course, I miss him. But I wouldn't get a dog here, because you're tied down. I don't mind in the UK because there's not much to do. So actually getting out to take him on long walks was kind of a social thing. But here it's just not. dog. I mean, okay, there's a park down there, but you know, I want to go off to places and film, and I'm out a lot of the day and stuff. I can't leave him in an apartment. Um, Naughty boy, I can't wait to try Peter's pickup trick when I come. I'll take a sandwich from 7-Eleven and head to the beach. Not sure that. Oh, you're talking about the. I wasn't picking anybody up. I tell you that you're talking about when I was on the beach at Pattaya. I was doing a live stream, and there were a couple of older, let's be polite, a couple of older ladies there, and they were sitting down, and I wanted to sit down because I was hot and have a drink. I sat down, and I just got talking to them, and they were absolutely broke. They didn't have a penny to their name, and they were thirsty. And I went to 7-Eleven, so I thought, you know what, get them a couple of orange juices. You know, I mean, you know, why not? You know, we're all human, aren't we? But I certainly wasn't trying to pick anybody up. Naughty boy, jumped in is a good place. Well, 10 years ago at least. I think it's still good. I did to the person who wrote before. If you look through my videos from about a month ago, I did a ride. I did a ride on a motorbike from the police box, the end of it, right to the far end, and then I turned and went a bit further. So that's quite a good video. It's not slow because I'm on a moped or a scooter. Right. Ellesmere, Peter, for the interview, no need to show the face. You could have many people coming and telling you the real story. I will do it. What about doing a survey? Um, yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. It's just the problem is when you do an interview with someone, you're sat there talking, and you know, I'll talk and they look at me. He talks and I look at him. But if you're looking at the back of somebody's head, it's kind of yeah, it kind of takes your thought away from the actual interview, doesn't it? I'll have a think about it. Yours travels. Cheers, Peter. We'd have a few cracking nights out, mate. We played pool for 4 hours. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And you know, the best thing about it was, you know, when you go out drinking for 4 hours, especially around Cowboy or whatever, you know, you end up doing about 3,000-4,000 baht. But I mean, we spent between us probably, you know, 30 games of pool. I think Steve had 8 drinks, I had 6. I gave 100 baht tip to the girl who racks the balls for us. I think I did about 1,000 baht, you know, 30 quid for a 4 hours entertainment. Brilliant, brilliant, or 25 quid. World Traveller Forever says, Merry Christmas, Peter. I hope you're having a great time in Bangkok. Does Canterbury have a nightlife scene? Very, like a lot of these towns, it does, but generally what it is, it's just a street of small beer bars. You go to Chatham, that has one small street of beer bars. Hua Hin has a lot more entertainment. But in answer to your questions, you can go out and have a few drinks in a few bars, but nothing exciting. Um, Yeah, I know you are, but I've just got to be careful, you know, because I get all, you know, what it's like. I get all sorts of people on this stream, so I've got to, you know, just put them straight if they accuse me of doing something I'm not doing. But I know you were joking. Um, okay, so let's answer this one. Kalong Andy, when are you heading to Hua Hin or Chatham? Okay, so what it is, you might have noticed I've been a little bit thin on the ground. I've still been putting out my stories every week, and thankfully I've had a lot of stories sent to me over the last 2 weeks. And but you know, there's a combination of things why I haven't been out there filming different things. It's one, I've been moving into my apartment, which has been 3 weeks now. I've just about got it how I want it. It's Christmas, it's New Year. It's I don't want to go away right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get New Year's out of the way, which is next week. And then in answer to your question, I'm planning to take the bus down to Hua Hin probably end of first week of January. I'll probably stay in Hua Hin for 3 or 4 days. I want to really film it. You know, I've got a camera that I can strap to my chest and go around on the motorbike and then take it back to the room and put the audio on top and give a really good explanation of what's there. Because a lot of guys want to know what's there. And then I might even be brave and actually uh, ride the scooter from Hua Hin to Chatham, which is only about 20 kilometers. It's a straight road basically. And I've got one of these, I've got like a thing that holds my phone for sat nav. So I might do that, and I'll probably only stay in Charm for one night because it's a beautiful place, but there's not much to do there. Some nice hotels and beachfront restaurants and stuff, but on your own, you know, a day and you know you've pretty much seen it all. George Brooks, can you beat Simon at pool? Simon, yeah, I haven't, I don't think I've played Simon at pool. He's not really a keen player. I like pool, but Simon doesn't really like to play. My game's definitely got much better since I've been out here, definitely. Um, Yeah, Ken Christopherson. You'll have to rewrite that. I really don't understand what that means. I don't know if that's just a regular question or your. Do you ever bite your tongue? Temptation. Oh, Peter, no disrespect, but do you ever? What does that say? Do you ever? No disrespect, but do you ever bite your tongue? Temptation. Oh, you mean? I think you mean. I think what you mean is when I'm out and around in the bars and stuff. Do I ever look and think, wow, well, I mean, we're all human, aren't we? But I'm still married and I don't at the moment. Right, Dave the Rave. I think the outdoor streams is better than the inside one. Peter is more lively. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I can't be too lively here because of there's people up there, there's people down here. So it's only today for now because I've got the nice fast internet and I'm a bit tired, So I'll probably just do this for about an hour and a half. Um, right, Dean and it's hi Peter, I love Chatham as it's quiet. Yeah, no strings. Are you managing to go swimming in your pool? Yeah, I've been quite a few times. I've got a nice infinity pool on the roof. It's only about 1.5 meters deep. So it only comes up to about there on me, the whole length of the pool. But you're able to do lengths on it, and it's quite long. I'm guessing it's about 25 foot long, so it's great for that. But also, a 15-minute walk away, there's the big park at the back of the Queen's Surrogate Centre, and it's got a mile long, I think it's a mile long running track, bicycle track. And that I did that tonight. That was great because it's quite cool at the moment. And I nearly went round twice, but I forgot to take a bottle of water with me. That's the only reason I didn't. Okay, should we do a quick competition just to liven things up a bit? Let's do. Okay, this is. Let me just get the answer up. Right, I'm going to put up 8 pictures of girls from around Asia. I've done this before, so you might remember it, but it's about a year old. They're all Thai girls except one, and the idea of the competition is I want to know which of these girls isn't Thai. There's only one. 7 of them are Thai. One isn't. Which one? Which number is the one that isn't? I've got to try and guess when it's ended because I can't hear anything, you see. Right, okay, so remember, I'm only looking for the one number, the one girl who isn't Thai. Kevin, no. If I say no, you got it wrong. Okay, George, no. There goes my green screen. Is it still there? Oh, blimey, that gave me a fright. I put the green screen on top of the aircon with a hook, and I figured that won't last long. So I've got a backup with a string onto a door, and it's worked. Thank heavens for that. Right. Richard Pierre, no. HFC 65, no. Robert, no. Brian Street, no. Javier, no. Dean Isan, no. Remember, we're looking for the girl who isn't Thai. George Brooks, no. Naughty Boy, yeah, you got it. World Traveller, yes. Asuk, no. Ivan, no. Steve Gibson, no. Gabor, no. Mike Jones, no. Matt Darry Howe, no. Carsten Thai, no. Ben Dover, no. Gunnerman, is it? No. Don Nomio Inspector, no. Ryan Seeger, no. No Strings, no. Old Fogarty, no. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to read out any right answers. Anybody who's got it right, okay? I said because there's a lot of answers here. Okay, Dave Stewart, yeah, you got it right, mate. Wow, not many right answers. I thought there'd be a few more than that. Sheila, Mint said 2. Piranha said 1. Have no idea. Okay, well, that's the end. Everybody else got it wrong. So let me put the answers up. And remember, 7 of them are Thai. 1 of them isn't Thai. And I'll show you which one it is now. There you go. That number one was from the Philippines. All the rest were Thai. Okay, so quite difficult because Filipinos do look very similar to Thai ladies, don't they? Okay, let's get back in. Naughty boy, where is number one from? There you go. I've just mentioned it. Um, Anton R, she is your neighbour. I wish. Bottle baby, need more time. Well, it is a full minute. I can't really let it go on longer than that. People will get bored, won't they? Damn Thai women are gorgeous. Yeah. No strings. Did you compose the music? No, I only use YouTube music now because I had a few problems with copyright issues. I used to grab some Thai songs from here and there just to try and make the channel more authentic with the Thai music, especially at the beginning. And I've actually got a copyright, not a strike, but the video I put up, Happy Christmas to all my subscribers, where I do that kind of. It's not me, obviously, but it's the elves doing the dance with Nat and Dave and me, my face, and that music is copyrighted, and YouTube actually pulled me on it. I said, look, it's copyrighted music, but all that happens, it means I can't monetize it. But I didn't monetize it anyway because it's a Christmas, like a Merry Christmas message. I didn't want to monetize it because that takes the genuine message out of it, doesn't it? It's like he's doing it for money. So I purposely didn't put any advertise on it, so I wouldn't make any money on it, and that's what I was happy with. But they come back and said it's copyrighted. Any royalties will go to the owner of the music, and that's fine. And that's why I haven't taken it down. But it is copyrighted music. And thanks to Nick for helping me with that, and also Ralph down there in Pattaya. I don't know what's happened to Damon and Franco tonight. They're not around. Right, and no name. Yep, the Peens. Sheila. Haha. Let's have a look. Haha, Mint was so confident. Don't feel bad, guys. Even my Thai girlfriend got it wrong, but her friend was spot on. Okay, we'll see how they do when we. I'll do this. What we know. We've been going 43 minutes. Give it another 15, 20 minutes. I'll do the spot. I'll do the Ladyboy competition. See how they get on there. So there's seven Ladyboys and one real lady. See if they get that right. Okay. Okay. Well, I want to read you a comment. Let me just see if I can find it because there's a guy who sent a comment in. I've actually got it on a Word document, but I don't want to pull it off that because it's going to interfere again. Let's just see if I can put. There's a guy who he left a comment, his theory and thoughts on bar girls, and I read it today. And I thought, you know what, he's nailed it. To anybody who's coming out here and they don't know the bar girl scene, if you listen to what this guy says, I totally agree with him, but I don't know. I won't. Okay, so I've got it on the Word document, but it's here we go. I've got it. Okay, this is from. Right. So the reason I'm going to read this out to you because there's a lot of guys coming out here for the first time. They watch the videos, tricks and scams and all the rest of it. But you are going to meet, you are going to meet female company. A lot of guys come out here to date. Let me just. It looks like I've just eaten a tangerine. Let me just deal with this. Hang on. Looks like I've been under the sunbed for about an hour. That's it. Right. So this is from a guy called Mark Malison, I think it is. Mark, if you watch this, apologies if I got it wrong. And this is his kind of theory on the bar girl scene. I totally agree with him, right? So he's put, I've mentioned before, not only bar girls in this country that are ready to exploit foreign men, most of these ladies are simply an extension of their parents, mostly their mother. They are, in fact, surrogate spouses to their mothers, and it is their duty to serve and support their mothers and their offspring. She is the queen bee. It doesn't matter how they get it. Usually, the ladies I avoid are the take care of me ladies. You take care of me, my children, my parents, and their children, and so on. You are just a source of supply. Living in Pattaya, I've come across these types of ladies. Most bar or non-bar girls, they are here to find a sponsor, then go back to Isan, collect monthly so everyone can stay at home and do nothing. They are the family hero. The requests for money will happen every time they spend time with you. They will keep on trying. I hear it all the time. Don't be fooled. It's not you they love. It's money for family. Very antisocial behavior amassed families like a mob. Always end badly. They will always be in poverty as eventually they will be abandoned. It's a cycle of exploitation and entitlement. I noticed mostly from Isan. However, I dated professional women educated with good jobs as well. However, there was still a lot of interference, intrusive behavior by their parents or other family members, where you are insignificant, an outsider, and at the end of the queue, and you must be generous to them. There are some enlightened ladies from decent families, but I haven't found one yet. And I thought that was, he nailed it, you know. Now, I don't want to be derogatory. If there's any Thai women watch, I don't want to be derogatory to, we can't paint everybody with the same brush, but we're generally talking about bar girls who come down from Isan, okay? And why has that gone all funny now? There we go, it's because I moved. So, you know, if you bear in mind the comments he just made, let me just make a quick adjustment here. Blimey, what's going on there? You can see the sheep behind me now. Bear with me, guys. Virtual background. There we go. Yeah, it's so sensitive to light. There we go. Okay, so I just wanted to read that out to you because I thought it was quite true what's written. I agree with him. And as I said, I don't want to be derogatory to all ties. You can't paint everybody with the same brush. But if you keep that in mind, if you're going to date a bar girl, then you know it pretty much explains it. Okay. Right, Aussie 411. Hey, morning early on the time stream. Yeah, I think it's caught a few people out this stream because a little bit earlier. A lot of people saying hi to Sheila. Bangkok Jimmy, I've met Mint here in Bangkok too. Have you? No, that's Mint is Sheila's girlfriend. Okay. Right, when I did the last competition, I was able to sneak out and get one of these. So cheers. Um, Stephen says, I accidentally took a ladyboy to my hotel. They show it was an accident. Okay. NTech One. Peter, I hear that a lot of people go to Pattaya and Bangkok. Why not Ayutthaya? That is where I plan to visit. Well, Ayutthaya is the old capital of Thailand, of course, and it's very historical. And a lot of people would go there to visit ancient sites, ancient monuments, religious sites, that sort of thing. It's a very good place to um, involve yourself in culture. There's a lot of culture up in Ayutthaya, but it's not really a place to party. You know, it depends what you come here for. People who come to Bangkok to hang out, come to Thailand to hang out, and Pattaya to hang around the bars and walking street and that sort of thing. They might nip up to Ayutthaya with somebody to visit for a couple of days, but it's not the sort of place you'd base yourself really. But if you're not into the bars and you're into culture and temples and you know, history, then it's a very good place to visit. And believe it or not, that's one place I've never been to. I've never ever been to Ayutthaya. I've been to most provinces and not most, a lot of towns in Isan and down south and stuff. Never been to Ayutthaya. I'm going to do it this time. Uh, yeah, Stephen says Stone City, where many ancient warriors were. I think I'm right in saying it was the capital of Thailand at one time, Ayutthaya, and that's how you pronounce it, Ayutthaya. Kalong Andy. Translated as Canal Andy. Ayutthaya is for temples. 1 or 2 days are enough. District like okay, I won't read that last bit out. Okay, innovations against us. I like the change up between street and room streams, like the contests and stories, room chats, and live action on street. Yeah, it's good to mix it up, isn't it? Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. This is probably the lowest number I've ever had in a stream, but I've had some. You know, my new subscriber count has gone really good this week. I've got a lot of new subscribers, and my numbers have really gone up. I've just hit 44,000 subscribers yesterday, which for me is like unbelievable. You know, I'm just some old guy who sits in front of a camera and has a walkabout. So to have 44,000 people listen to me, I'm just blown away by it. You know, all I can do is thank you. I guess a lot of guys like the stories as well. But it is good to mix things up, isn't it? Some people like it when you're out and about and you're talking to people on the beach. Other people do like the whole, the clinical setup here with the green screen and the stories and all the rest of it. But yeah, there are a lot less in this week, and I think just the timing's got people out because not even Damon's here, and that's unusual. Paul Harrison, I agreed with his thoughts. All right. Right. Yes. Steve, I'm dating an Isan girl. She's an accountant in Krabi for a hotel chain. Yeah, we spoke about that. I've seen a picture. Very nice. She has a cracking house. We'll be back to see her soon. What? You didn't give me her line address there, Steve. What? Only joking. Right. Okay. Bangkok Jenny. Not Sheila's Mint, my Mint. Okay, your girlfriend's called Mint as well. Steve Gibson, how did the party go yesterday? Yeah, it was all right. It was okay. You know, it's always you know, it's not my family, is it? But it was better than staying in an apartment by myself. It's very well organized. Simon has about 30 odd people there. All his wife's brother and family live next door, funny enough. They all come over. There's a few people at his factory who come over, a few Americans, me, some Thai, and they're kind of half Thai, half American English, whatever. And yeah, it was a good atmosphere, and we celebrated his wife and his birthday. That just happened to be yesterday and the day before, and yeah, it was a good night. I left when the karaoke, I can't pronounce it, karaoke machine came out. He got a karaoke machine, and that came out. And of course, the mics came on with all the echo, and I thought, that's it, I'm off, because they started singing, and I thought, I'm going to get roped into this, no way. Um, right, super nice. Leo better than Chang, right? I drink both actually. Yeah, it's all right. Chang's okay. I prefer Leo, which is really strange because I don't like Singer at all. It's got a weird taste, which I don't like. But Leo is made by the Singer company. Mm. Right, Naughty Boy, I like Chang. They've brought the strength down on Chang. Chang used to be very strong, like 7.8. One big bottle, I used to be drunk, but I think it's about 4.9, like regular beers now. That's why I don't mind ordering it in a bar. A lot of bars are doing draft Chang now, which is good. Um, and a lot of the bars now are doing what they call craft beers, but I'm not into craft beers. I don't know if you are, but they're I guess there's microbreweries set up, and they kind of deliver these small. I've seen them delivering the barrels to one across the road there, and it's they're kind of quite small actually. They're not the traditional big size barrels that we get in the UK. Um, excuse me. Okay. Um, right. Okay. Let's right. Naughty Boy, Bangkok Jimmy, Noel would love it. Okay. Let's see if we can get someone new on here. Good evening. Right, here we go. Good evening, Peter, from a cold Sweden. Nice live stream, like always. Thanks. How do I pronounce that? Is it Arto Lax? I always feel it's a bit lacking in this environment, the live stream, because when you're out and about, you can really get into it. Um, but I'm kind of a little bit restricted here because of noise and everything. So, of course, because I'm kind of watching out that I don't get too loud, I kind of, I don't have that excitement in me tonight, do I, like I did last week? Um, but I'll be out next week, definitely, 100%. I might start doing 2 live streams a week because I actually miss. I used to do 2 in the UK, and I actually miss having 2. Um, right, Paul Harrison, thank you for that. 168 at the moment, but only 59 likes. Guys, hit the button. Yeah, absolutely. Um, okay. Right. All right. Right. Who's this now? Someone new. Casting Thai. Just think that when you have a Thai girlfriend, you're on her list. You could care you. So number 1 is a mum. Number 2 is a dad. If you're still there, 3 is a grandmum. Father is number 4. Sister, brother 5. The dog 6. You're at the end if you're lucky. Okay. I have actually heard that one before. Um, Naughty Boy says, yes, I've done the bar and go-go thing years ago, rather the quiet, steady life now. You do, you get fed up of it, don't you? I get a bit fed up of it. I went out with a subscriber to Nana Plaza last week, and I was bored shitless. I was in one of the go-go bars, and I thought, I don't want to be here. I guess it's old age. Right, bend over. The sound was okay first 15 minutes. Now it's flexing and out, sort of thin. I don't know what to do. I've changed the mic. This is a new mic, and everyone said the sound is good now. I'm just going to stick with it. If it's bad, I might have to end a little bit earlier. But the other one wasn't very good. Hopefully by next week I'll have a better sound. And you know what's really weird? When I use this one on the phone when I'm out, I don't get any complaints. Right, let me just say thank you to a super chat there. Who's that? It's from Alan. Peter, have a few games of pool on Boxing Day party with me. Thanks, Alan. I will. I might go and play pool tomorrow, actually. I fancy a few games of pool, and I'll have a drink on you. Thank you very much. Um, Mark Kelly, San Miguel Light, the finest. You know what? I was with Steve in the Swan last week, and I'd never had San Miguel Light, and I thought it was light because it didn't have so much alcohol. And Steve said, no, it's got the same amount of alcohol, but it's got less calories. And I thought, well, I'm a little bit overweight. I'll try one. I didn't like it. I just didn't like the taste of it. I said to Steve, that's my first one, my last one. I won't have another one. Um, Right, Mike Jones back in Thailand in 2 weeks. Hi, Leeds. I seen you in somebody's stream the other day. I think it was Trevor's. If I ran up a bar bill and didn't have enough baht with me, could I pay in part baht and £50 notes to settle the bill? In theory, yeah. But what you're better doing is just changing it. The bar will change it for you. They won't give you the best rate in town. But let's just say the rate, because a £50 note's the highest denomination. So I've actually been with someone when this exact scenario happened. I was in the Tilak bar. This has gone back about 3 years. So in the Tilak bar, and this guy had been buying ladies' drink, and he thought he had a lot more money on him than he had, and he was short by about 2,000 baht. His bill was about 5,000 baht, and he didn't have enough, but he had £50 notes on him. So he said to the bar manager, whoever it was, he said, "Well, look, if I leave you my watch, your nice watch, can I go to the ATM and I'll change it?" And they said, "Well, no, better you change it here." And they were like, "What, in the bar?" And they were like, "Yeah, we'll change it for you." And he said, "Well, what's the rate?" They got the old calculator out, and it worked out. Let's just say, for example, at the moment it's 40. I think it's 41.6. They gave him 40. Which if you're in a bind and you just need to change one £50 note, it's fine, isn't it? So if you ever get into that situation, just ask the bar, just say, "Can you change this because I'm a bit short?" And if they won't, which I'd be surprised if they didn't, they'd let you out to a change as long as they've got some kind of collateral. Um, no name, Vampire Girl is back. Yeah, but I get told off for all these sexy pictures, so I've got to be a bit careful these days. Right, Javier, did you make a vlog of your Christmas celebrations with Simon? No, I didn't because it's a private family affair. I'm there as a guest, and I can't just go kind of bursting in with a camera and making videos, can I? It's his family, and his cousins and all the rest of it. Um, right, Ken Christopherson, Peter, did you give yourself a Christmas present? When I buy myself stuff, I tend to buy stuff like this. I'm sad, like this and like this, and you know, just some nice stuff. I've really got. I don't really need anything. I've got everything I need. Um, yeah, let me talk about that. Naughty Boy says Bangkok Jimmy, Isan is really cheap. Nothing like Bangkok or Pattaya. It is, but it's Isan. You know what I mean? It's like it's not. There's no beach towns up in Isan. It's a rural. I know, like places like Khon Kaen, Buriram, they're big cities and there's a lot to do there. But there's something about a beach town, isn't there? Um, well, okay, let's. Yeah, they are. The craft beers in Thailand are far too expensive. Well, that stream I did 2 weeks ago, I had a pint of some craft lager and it worked out at £7. So not again. And the manager was really grumpy. She was. Uh, right, Brian again. I think outside streams are for the atmosphere and in the room streams are for information. Just my view. Yeah, you're right, Brian, because you can do a lot more in the room. But yeah, for the atmosphere, definitely outside. I'll tell you what I'm going to do now because we've been going for an hour and I know Sheila and her mates are in the background, what have you. So I think, no, we're not having that tonight. Hang on, just get rid of this comment. Right, okay. So we'll do the Ladyboy competition. Now let me just get this right. Right, okay. So Ladyboy competition tonight. 7 Ladyboys, 1 real girl. Which number is the real girl, not the Ladyboy, okay? Right, there's quite a lot of right answers on that one. I think it was fairly easy. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to read out any of the wrong answers. So if you don't hear me read your name out, then it means you got the answer wrong. But starting from the first one, it's right. So George Van, that's what I'm going to say because I can't pronounce your last name. You got it right. Well done. Stephen Hills, you got it right. The Big N, you got it right. Darren Hull, yes. George Brooks, yes. Jorma Manico, is it? You got it right. Robert Perusa, yeah, you got it right. Arto Lax, well done. Naughty Boy, you got it right. Ellesmere, you got it right. Michael DiCaprio, hi. Right, Rob, you got it right, mate. Well done. Real Deal TV, you got it right. Anybody else? Then you got it right. Right, Sheila. 1 and 2, Mint said it's the same person. Is it? She'd know because she's Thai. I ain't got a clue. Neither is this lot. Don't worry about it. But none of them are the actual lady. They're ladyboys. Right, Anish Patel, you got it. Yeah, well done. Is that it? Or no? Any more takers on that? I'm going to run the answers if that's it. Right, that's it. Easier when you see them in real life. Right, let's just run the answers there, and you can see which one was the real lady, as it were. Okay, I was doing something else because I can't hear the music. I didn't know it ended. Right, okay. Let's move on. No strings, easier when you can see them in real life. All right, Martin Ryder, how are you doing? They would all get it. Oh, disgusting. Right, no name. I'm wrong again. Right, what are you saying now, Sheila? Uh, his name is Bossum or something. Okay, but they weren't female, were they? They're both the same ladyboy. Not Naughty Boy 1 and 2 are about 1 inch in difference. All right. Uh, I should have read that one out. Paul Harrison, I actually thought her, but still got it wrong. I thought it was quite easy, but then I would say that, but it's me who put the competition against, so it's easy for me to say that, is it? Nomi Inspector. Um, if you look, I've got a few Thai girls watching tonight, so I'm going to just call you Inspector. Okay, keep it clean for them. If you got it wrong, imagine after a couple of drinks. Yeah, like somebody earlier, he said he made a mistake and took one back to a hotel by accident. Okay, Lees, my screen is too small. That's why I got it wrong. Okay, you're watching on a mobile phone, probably, are you? Stephen, I like my women how I like my coffee, short, sweet, and right. Rob again, I can't believe I got it right. Hey, you're getting better, Rob. You've been at it for 4 weeks and you've got plenty of time to practice on the internet. So well done. Uh, right, no strings. Oh, I thought we had to spot the only lady boy. No, I did say about 3 times. It was a girl. But you know, I won't be in the room next week. But when I do the next room, the next room one, then I will do it. But you know what? Let's just do this for a change. There you go. And as you know, the only reason I play that video, that's an older one again, so that's why I said more next Friday. The only reason I play that is because a lot of people who watch this channel, they do like to see dancing. They love dance, and that's the only reason we play that. Okay, right, Naughty Boy. Cheers, Peter. We missed the manga minute. That's from Javier. Martin, Naughty Boy, something. No, Martin. No, no, no. Um, uh, where are we? Atrolax Backstreet of Soy 6. Pattaya is Funny Walk. You've got to be really careful. I spoke to a guy, I won't mention his real name, but he emailed me today. He was asking about gold shops. You've got to be really careful now if you wear any kind of jewelry, because last night he wrote to me this morning. This guy, viewer of the channel, he was coming out of Soy 4, and it was between the police box and the kind of, where that bag shop is on the corner. They sell all the bags and hats and stuff like that. He was actually just passing that. So the police box is there. He's just passing that, and two ladyboys grabbed him, and they're very forceful. They make out they're trying to hug you and kiss you and all the rest of it. And his chain had gone. They'd swiped his chain. He went to the police. He made a police report, and he sent me clips of the lady boys, what they look like, because they were picked up on CCTV. Whether they'll catch them or not, I don't know. But he actually wrote to me today, and he said, where are the gold shops? I want to just go and take a look. There's nothing he can do about it. I mean, even if he spotted the chain, which is his, all he could do is buy it back. But apparently, this gold chain is very, very sentimental, and it was presented to by his mother or his father or something as some kind of an anniversary present, and it's gone now. These ladyboys have swiped it to sell for money, obviously. So be really, really careful if you're going to wear jewelry now. And if you see ladyboys approaching, you've got anything on, just grab it and hold it, and he said to me, he said they were so aggressive the way they acted with me. He said I felt like punching one of them. He said I nearly punched one of them. But he didn't. He held back, which was the right thing to do. So just be really careful. And there are scams going on all the time. I was out with a couple of people. Again, I'm not going to name names. I was out with a couple of people the other night. We were sat in one of the smaller bars in Soy Cowboy. There was three of us. We were just having a drink and a good time. My one friend was very tired. He was kind of nodding off, but the other guy I was with wasn't. We'll make it really, really short. At the end of the night, I looked at this guy. He'd never been to Thailand tonight. We met him on the junction at Assault. He asked us for directions to Soy Cowboy, and we said, "Why? Don't you know where it is? You're in Bangkok." And he said, "No, I've just been reading about it. I'm looking for it." I said, "Well, come with us. We'll take you out." So we took him out, and we actually had a really good night, but it went a bit sour at the end, because what happened was, so we're with him. He's on my left. I'm in the middle. My other friend's on the right, kind of dozing off, but he was talking to somebody. And the guy, the newbie, his bill was 1,200 baht. All he had was two beers, 1,200 baht, right? My bill was about the same. I'd bought a couple of drinks for friends I know in there, and the male friends, mind you. And my friend's bill looked really thick, because they've been popping bills, and he was talking to somebody, and I looked at his bills, and when they totaled them all up at the end, so 1,000, 1,000, 5,000. So I picked his bills up and I went through them, and I said to him, I shook him. I said, "Have you bought 23 ladies' drinks?" He's single, this guy we were out with. Right? He doesn't have a girlfriend or wife or anything. So he bought some ladies' drinks. He probably bought 5 or 6, right? So I said to him, "Have you bought 23 ladies' drinks?" He was like, "Hang on." He suddenly woke up and he went through. Now, he speaks very good Thai, this guy. And to cut a long story short, they argued the toss with him. And he said, "Look, no way. You've cheated me. I know you've cheated me. But this is all in Thai, so they can't kind of lie or anything." So anyway, what he did, he said, "Look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 3,000 baht, and you're lucky to get that, because his bill's 1,000, his bill's 1,000, I'm 5,000. There's 3,000 baht. I bought a few ladies' drinks. That's it." The mama-san in there agreed. She said, "Okay, fair enough. Let him go." And we're halfway down Soy Cowboy, and one of the older women, I don't know if she's a manager or whatever she was, but she come running down the street. "No, no, you got to pay. You got to pay." And again, my friend started arguing with her in Thai, and he told me later, he was saying, "Look, you've cheated me. I've given you more than you deserve. I'm not going to pay it." And she was like, "Well, you've got to pay it." And he was like, "Right, okay, let's go to the police at the end of the street." Now, he wouldn't have gotten away with this if he hadn't spoken Thai, right? He'd have been stitched up like a kipper. And they went to the policeman on the end, who was a bit docile. He didn't really say a lot. And I was there watching all this amused. Obviously, I could only understand bits and pieces of it. But she was insisting, "You've got to pay it. This is your bill. You've got to pay it." And my friend said to the policeman, he says, "Look," he says, "they've cheated me. I know they've cheated me. She knows they've cheated me. I'm not paying another penny." And she wouldn't let go. She just wouldn't give up, because it's about losing face, isn't it? So in the end, my friend says, "Right, fair enough. If you want to do that, if you want to take it all the way, let's go to the police station now." Well, as soon as he said that, she dropped it and just basically said, "Oh, up to you," kind of walked off. Because, if you don't speak Thai, she could have gone to the police station and lied and said, "Well, he had this, and he had a bottle of that, and a bottle of this. He's drunk. We give him his bill, and he just doesn't want to pay." But because he speaks Thai, if they'd have gone to the police station and he's reasonable and said, "Look, my two friends' bills were 1,000. I was a bit tipsy. I bought a few ladies' drinks, but they give me a 5,000 baht bill. She knows they're cheating me. The girl knows she's cheated me. You all know I've been cheated." she could have been arrested herself for cheating him. So as soon as he said, all right, fine, if you want to go all the way, let's go to the police station. That was it. And we ended up going home and he only paid the 3,000. But you've got to be on your guard. You know, you really have to be on your guard. Okay. No name. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Okay. Naughty boy. Unfortunately, I had something even worse. Okay. Well, tell us about it. We'd like to know. It's a bit of a carrot there. Naughty boy, I got 32,000 baht bill. Jesus Christ, 32,000. I met a guy, I don't know, I seem to meet a lot of these guys who get unlucky. I met a Scottish, was he Scottish or Welsh? When I was in Pattaya, I was there for 2 months. I met a guy and we were sitting there and it was his second night there. And I bought him a beer because he looked a bit grumpy. And I was like, hey, what's up, mate? You're on holiday. Why do you look so down and out and everything? And he didn't know I had a YouTube channel or anything. We just got talking in a bar. And he says, I got robbed 30,000 baht in my room last night. And I said, why the hell did you leave it out? And he didn't. What happened was, there's another lesson for you, okay? So he met a bit of female company, a date, went back to his hotel room. They got the in-room safe. So he was busting to go to the toilet. So the first thing he does, he took his wad of cash out. Of course, she's seen it. It's like, radars are on full systems alert. He takes his 30,000, keys the number into his safe, puts the 30,000, but because he's busting to go to the toilet, he presses close and goes off. Well, of course, that number stays on the screen for a few seconds, not a few seconds, a split second. So he put the number in, the 4-digit number, straight away moved off to go to the toilet. It could have been there for a tenth of a second, but it's 4 numbers, easy to remember. She's seen it, of course. They went to sleep, middle of the night. She wakes up, beep, beep, beep. He's flat out because he's drunk, doesn't hear a thing, empties his safe, 30,000 baht. Be careful, be careful. Right, Steve. I check my bill all the time. Also, never drunk to where I lose control. No, right. I'm going to give you the best tip not to get ripped off in a bar. Okay, you don't have to pay your bill one at a time. You don't have to do that. Okay, what you do is every time you order a drink, they'll bring you a bill slip and they'll put it in your pot. And what I do, and I've never had a problem, when the waitress is there and she puts the bill in the pot, what I do, I smile and say, just check in, just check in. I make it all fun and games. I look and say, yep, that's okay, and I put it back in. When I have another drink, I do exactly the same. I say, let me look, not put 2 drinks on there. And they're very all smiley. They know what the score is. And what happens, because I check every bill that's gone in that pot, they know at the end, when I check bill, when I ask for the final bill, they know I'm going to go through, which I do. I go through each bill and I make sure, Heineken. There's not some couple of ladies' drinks in there, which I wouldn't buy. So I never get ripped off because I check. Some people write in and they say, oh, just pay each bill. Well, that's not convenient, is it? If you go into a bar and you're going to have 3, 4, 5 drinks there, to pay the bill every time a drink comes, it's not convenient, and they're not going to appreciate it, are they? Because it's doubling up, tripling up on the work, So it is safe here. You're not going to get ripped off if you're careful, but there is a lot of it about. And unfortunately, I mean, if you're one of those guys who is into ladyboys and you don't want to hear anything bad said about them, that's fine. But they do tend to be the more aggressive. They've got to pay for a lot of operations and things, so they're really out to, not all of them, but a lot of them are who hang around the entertainment areas. They are out to rob foreigners, so be really careful. Frank, almost every bar has CCTV. He should have asked to see it. Whether they would have just said it's a small bar, it's one of the, I won't name it, but it's a small bar. They would have just said we forgot to switch it on, or one of the girls accidentally erased it. They would say whatever they need to say in their favor, because the CCTV would be bought by the bar, would be turned on by the bar, set up by the bar. It's there for the bar, isn't it? So they're not going to let their own system be used against them. If you're talking about a shopping centre or Sukhumvit Road, then that's different. But you're talking about a little bar who set it up themselves. Naughty boy, I was massively ticked off, couldn't pay it, said I'd be back the next day, found out it was a freelancer girl ringing up my bill. Just check your bill every time you get a drink. No strings. Bar and bill scans are the worst. I've ever seen them in Bangkok at the moment. Yeah, you've got to be on your toes. You really have. Most of the bars in Cowboy are okay, but there's 2 or 3 bars that they're really notorious for ripping you off. And I can't say what they are because they've got these laws in Thailand where you can't slate any bars or people. You can get arrested for just saying somebody rips you off, right? So I can't tell you who these bars are, but I know who they are. But you always know who they are. It's very easy to work out. So what you do is when you're out in the evening, you're in Cowboy and you're bar hopping, and you can't get a seat in most of them because it's a Saturday night or it's a very, very busy bar on a weekday, and then you suddenly go to a bar and it's empty, and they're very enthusiastic to That's Sheila now. What's she saying? They're very enthusiastic to drag you in the door. Then you know if the bar's empty, it's probably empty for a reason. Okay, popped out of the stream. Need to help her. Okay, all right, Sheila. I don't know why I'm talking. She's not in the stream. Right. Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, talking about the CCTV, you're saying it would have conveniently been broken, and it would have done. Right, Inspector. I come back to my room with 3,000 baht in my pocket. That's it. No going in the safe. Yeah, well, I sometimes you have to because I've got a fairly nice watch. I've got, I take more than I need out. So if I think I'm going to spend 3,000 baht, I'll take 5,000. I think I'm going to spend 5,000, I'll take 8,000. So I always come back with several thousand baht. The other thing is, you always want to pop into a 7-Eleven and grab a bottle of milk for the morning, don't you? Or, some snacks or a pot noodle or something. So, you don't want to go into 7-Eleven, you haven't got a penny to your name. So I always find that I've actually bought a safe. They're really cheap to buy off Lazada because I'm in an apartment. It's not a hotel. It doesn't have a safe, and I've actually bought one. Just I don't think anybody's going to come in here. I don't bring girls back here, obviously, but it's just I might hire a cleaner sometime if it needs deep cleaning or I don't know. I can't think of a reason, but I just feel more comfortable that I've got somewhere I can put all my belongings and just key in a number and it's closed. And if I come back and the safe is still there, just Velcro it with heavy Velcro. They're not going to rip the shelf out. They're cheap. They're about £30 here, even cheaper. I've got a half. I've got the ones like you get in the hotels, which was about £30, but you can pick them up for 500 baht on Lazada. Um, Martin Ryder says, "You put me off Soy Cowboy now." Well, don't let it put you off Soy Cowboy, Martin, because it's not just Soy Cowboy. It's everywhere. Any entertainment centres that are frequented by foreigners. I told you where I got ripped off last. Well, I didn't, but they tried to rip me off. A famous beer bar, outside beer bar. It's been around for 30 years. They tried to royally rip me off, and I caught them out, and they started shouting at me as if I'd done something wrong, but they didn't rip me off because I caught them. Right, Frost, give some clue for the benefit of the audience. I can't, Frost, honestly. The reason being that they've got very, very strict rules in Thailand. They call them something like deflammatory. It's a deflammatory law where it's illegal to basically say anything negative about a business, that sort of thing. Because if you do, you can actually get arrested. And there has been cases of people who have actually been thrown out of the country. They've gone a little bit too far. But there was one famous case. I mean, the guy was a dick, but he had a big Facebook channel, and I'm sure you know this channel. But if you haven't heard it, I'll tell you it anyway. So what happened with this guy? He was a famous Facebook personality. He was a bit of a big head, a bit of a dickhead, and he went to a hotel in a famous. He went to a restaurant, a restaurant in a famous, beautiful hotel, and now my background is hotels. I was in the hotel industry, and I'll tell you now, it is absolutely normal that if you take your own bottle of wine, whiskey, vodka, whatever it is, you can drink it in the hotel reception, but you have to pay a corkage fee, okay? You're using their glasses, the waiter might bring you a bottle opener, might open it for you. So, it's unfair to say, well, it's like taking your own food into a restaurant. You just wouldn't do it, would you? And so this guy went into this particular hotel. I can't remember the name of it now, but he took a bottle of vodka in there, and they said, "Well, there's a corkage fee of about 500 baht," which is absolutely normal. And for me, I would have just paid it because I know it's normal. And this guy started giving it large and saying things like, "Oh, I'm a big influencer. I'll tell everybody how bad your restaurant is, how bad your hotel is." And so what happened? They stood their ground, quite rightly so. They stood their ground and said, "Well, I'm sorry, sir, but if you want to drink it, there is a corkage fee, and if you don't want to pay, you're not able to drink it in here." Well, of course, he stormed off, or I don't know exactly what happened, but he wasn't happy. And he went off and he went onto Facebook and he started, "Oh, this hotel is this and this restaurant is that, and they're so impolite, they're so unprepared." But he didn't do it once, he didn't do it twice, he did it several times. It was really aggressive. And eventually the police came along and arrested him, and they were going to deport him. And he had to go on a public forum, on a few Thai public forums, and apologize to this hotel, for slating them. And that's the sort of thing that can happen here. There was a French guy whose life is in Thailand. He's got a wife, he's got a kid who goes to school, he's bought a house, and he went really far. He started, you know, doing, he started making videos about the government and who shouldn't be in power and who should be in power and who was corrupt and who wasn't corrupt and all. And he was putting this stuff out. Well, he got a knock on his door and they put him on an aeroplane. He's not allowed to come back to Thailand again. Okay, that's really extreme cases. But the point I'm trying to make to you is, if you want to stay in Thailand, you've got to walk the line, stay neutral. And it's not a case I'm a coward or I'm too scared to say anything about anything in Thailand. But that's how it is here. There's an old saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, okay? And that's why I can't tell you. That's a long-winded way to say I can't tell you the name of those bars, all right? So I hope that's it, give you a good explanation. Um, okay, Kia Bound. Yeah, there you go. Look, just backing up what I'm saying there. I can't say it. Defamation rules in Thailand are ridiculous. Okay, well, I mean that's negative in its own way, not from you, but just they could see that. But that's just how it is here. Like I say, when in Rome, uh, there you go. No strings. People have got in trouble for leaving bad reviews on TripAdvisor. I know it's really, you stay in a hotel and it's not good. And you're right. Well, we went there and there was no door on, we didn't have a door there. We had a sheet hanging up there. And, you're right there. You can kick out the country. All right. Bangkok Jimmy on the thievery again. Yeah, I had 2,400 baht, which I felt was over. I had paid ×2 part of the bill earlier to see where I am, and the last one fell off. Yeah, you got to be careful. Got to be careful. No String says the cluster of open front bars on Soy 11 can't be tried. I don't think you can just name Soy 11. I think generally any bar that caters to tourists, you just got to be very, very careful, haven't you? You got to remember they've had 3 years or 2 years of not making any money. They're hungry, aren't they? Right, okay, let's get some of these later. Paul Hoskin, how you doing, Paul? Nice to have you in the stream. We're nearly done. 100 and we've been going for 1 hour 20. I think I can go another 10 minutes yet. A couple of hundred people in. Just to let you know, I'm not sure about the times. I think I'm gonna next week. It will be the same 10 o'clock on a Monday because it's Christmas Eve. But I think after that, I'm gonna do the live streams maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. From here, which will be your time, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which I think's perfect for both of us. Martin Ryder says use an alias in TripAdvisor, but I don't think you can, Martin, unless you set up a total alias account. And then if you do that, they'll say this email account that you're using is already in use. So you'd have to go and what you'd have to do is you'd have to go and register a completely different email address, put in a false name. You'd have to verify the email address, and it's so much trouble, isn't it, just to leave a negative comment. Just I wouldn't go back there. That's all. Right, Dutch Frang, I did give you a shout out at the beginning of the stream, and I did put the thing up there. Let me just put it up there because I know you did rejoin again, so thank you for that. Good to see you in. Better late than never, as they say. Okay. Martin Ryder says yes, I have had no problems. Right, Naughty Boy, good day, Paul. Merry Christmas. Yeah, hello, Pete. Right. David Pipe, a lot of latecomers into the street. Well, you're not really late because you didn't know I was going to be late, did you? Let me just go back to that comment. Right, Dave Pipe. Let's read one from you. We haven't had you in tonight. Right, Peter, best wishes on your relocation to Thailand. I've been learning a lot from your experience. I'm about 18 months behind you. Will retire and hope to live in Jomtien. Jomtien's a good choice. If you don't have to come up to Bangkok, you will have to come up to Bangkok occasionally. There's always a reason to come up to Bangkok, even if it's just to get your flight back home. But Jomtien's a good choice. You'll get a lot for your money there. Some people find it a little bit boring, but it depends what you're into. If you're not into the nightlife every night, then it's a good choice. And it's a good decision to come out here. If you're not happy where you are or things aren't going quite right, it's a lot to take on, especially if you're older like I am. But it's a good choice. There's plenty of spitting now. Plenty to do out here, and I'm sure you won't regret it. Just make sure you can finance your time out here, because the worst thing I've seen it happen to guys before where they've come out here and they just run out of money and they've had to go back, and start again, as it were. Okay. Inspector, you would be amazed how far trolls will go with email address, etc. Oh yeah, I've had this conversation with people before. When you're in the public, now I've got 44,000 subscribers. Now I'm not the biggest YouTuber out there, of course, but when you've got a bit of a following and you're out there, you do get haters out there, and you get people who will do extreme measures to try and get you into trouble. I've had people try to take my YouTube channel down. They sent multiple complaints to YouTube. They've done other things which were really despicable, which I won't mention here, but they haven't affected me in any way whatsoever. I'm able to handle them. My channel's still here. YouTube have come back to me and said, look, we know you're not breaking any of the community guidelines. We've checked everything's good. Other things they've tried to do, which I won't mention, nothing's happened, nothing's worked. but you're right. People, there are some very, very horrible people out there who will take extreme measures. There's a Pattaya YouTuber at the moment. He's getting so much hassle because um, I don't want to tell you who he is or give the game away, but something happened which he didn't do, which he's been accused of, and he's just getting so much hassle for it. And we all get it. We all get it, and you've got to be thick-skinned and just feel sorry for these people. What else can you do? Um, okay, right. Let's not bring the tone of the stream down. Right, Dutch Frank. I got a second mortgage on a second house to register a new email address to troll on TripAdvisor. Okay, that is very extreme. I don't want to fall out with you. Right, Martin Ryder. No strings. If you set up an email address on public Wi-Fi, it's not traceable. I have left hundreds of bad reviews on Trip. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, as a rule, Martin, I don't leave negative reviews because I just don't see the point. What I do is I just don't go back. And the thing is, when I say I don't see the point, it's because a lot of hotels and restaurants, they tend to get people to write great reviews for them. Family members, staff. They go on there and they write all these great reviews. So a lot of them aren't. They're not legit reviews anyway. The only way to get a legit review on something is to go there, try it once, and if it's no good, just don't use it again. Chet Band, hello, Peter. Happy Christmas to you and everyone in the chat. Hi, Chet Band. We've been going a while now. Well, we're nearly there. Paul Hoskin, did I miss a Monga minute? You did, Paul. You did, but it was a repeat, so no worries there. Naughty Boy just built my house and spent this Christmas painting the interior walls, made up for not going to Thailand. It doesn't sound as much fun. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do because I need to grab another beer. Oh, no, I don't. Hang on. So we'll do that in 5 minutes. Right. Kia Ban, the general public is not to be trusted. Everyone for themselves, sadly. Well, I don't know. There is a lot of nice people about. There's a lot of nasty people around, but there is. I meet nice people every day. I meet a lot of subscribers here, and some people are really nice. Um, Okay. The thing is, I go through. You put no strings, yes, but not completely untraceable. Definitely if in Thailand. Yeah, they're very hot on things here. I actually use a VPN, and I'll tell you why I use it. I don't use it to do any funny business, but a VPN is a virtual private network. I use Nord. I'm not promoting them. They seem to be a popular one. They're cheap, and the free VPNs are rubbish because they limit you on time. You can go on them, adverts, and they can be very, very slow. You get what you pay for, and I use a VPN. The reason I use it is because if you want to watch Netflix or something like that, the programs that are available on Netflix in the UK aren't necessarily available here in Thailand. Now, there's some good free movie channels in America. I like old black and white movies and stuff. You've got is it the Turner Network? But they're only available if you're in America. So if you've got a VPN, you can choose a server around the world where you want the connector server to think where you're coming from. So I can put New York, for instance. So when I go to that website with the free movies, it will actually think I'm in New York, or I can, that's the only reason I use it. But what's really amazing about it, although I've got fast broadband here in Thailand, if I go through Singapore, like I'm doing at the moment, I'm on a VPN now. So this is going via my laptop here to a Thai server, then to Singapore, then back to Thailand, back to here. It's actually about 100 megabytes faster than if I just do it in Thailand. I'm getting nearly 600 megabytes. If I just turn off Singapore, it goes down to about 450, 500. So that's another reason. That was just something lucky I came across. I didn't buy it because of that. Oh, right. Let's just change this. Okay. Right. Naughty Boy says VPN is the only way to go. I use Nord. Yeah, Nord's really easy to use. It's a really easy interface. Once you've installed it, you just connect, and it'll give you a list of countries where you want to connect to. And once you've found you'll try different countries. Once you've found the one that's fast enough, I did Melbourne, which was fairly fast, and Singapore, but the surrounding Thailand, China obviously was a no-no because that's all restricted over there. And where else? Vietnam was quite slow. I found Singapore and Melbourne were the best two, but Singapore was like the best. V, hi, thank you for that message. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all. Okay. Martin Ryder, I use Pure VPN, $50 for 5 years. BBC iPlayer is geo-locked. Okay. No strings. You should try a sponsor, a VPN. Yeah. Okay. But the thing is, I just wanted it. I moved into this apartment. I want VPN. I thought I'll just buy it for now. And when I live out here, I've got to go back in February with my house and everything. It's still going through. When I come out here and I'm full time, then I can wake up early, go for a jog, sit here all day on the PC and get all this stuff, do some podcasts and stuff, and really put some effort into it. But for now, I've just taken the easy route. I paid for it. Innovations. Do you use a Western or local Thai bank? And I assume you keep your money in pounds and convert to baht as needed, or do you maintain two accounts, one for pounds or one for baht? It depends what you're doing. I mean, when you get a retirement visa, you need a Thai bank account anyway, or you can't get the retirement visa because to meet the conditions. So I have got a Thai bank account, but most of my income goes to the UK, and it's just a case of transferring it to Thailand if I need it. It's just easier, when you have to take cash to an exchange. It's easier to take £1,000, put it in a bank, and have an ATM card, and then when you need a couple of £100, you just stick it in an ATM and take it out, rather than have to carry pound notes or dollars wherever you come from, and then you're constantly going to find the best rate, and I just find it easier. Okay, Steve, watch the World Cup final at Istanbul. The bar goes range from 50 to 88. Okay, right. Let's get one from Paul Hoskins here. Are the saving rates going up in Thailand? Don't know, Paul. I'll be honest with you. I won't guess. I don't know. How do I pronounce that? Bijan, is it? Bijan, Happy New Year from Miami Beach, Peter. Love the channel and plan to see John Tien and Hua Hin in April. Okay, well, good news. Thank you for the compliment. Well, good news. I am going to be going to Hua Hin in, some people pronounce it Hua Hin, but it's actually Hua Hin. H-U, I've got myself in trouble now, H-U-A-H-I-N then. And I'm going to be doing some videos from there. I'm going to be doing some nice motorcycle rides, and then I'm going to be doing Hua Hin as well. So you can watch them before you actually come out. Some great places to eat in Hua Hin, great town. Okay, naughty bar, I can't believe the exchange rates at the ATM. So is that good or bad? Okay, look, I'll tell you what, how long have we been gone? Just over an hour and a half. Let's do this last competition. And again, I've done it about a year ago, but hopefully you won't remember it. This one is, okay, so the 6 pictures here of some Hooters girls, different Hooters from around Asia. Only one of them, let me just get rid of this comment. Only one of them are Thai. And obviously the idea of the game is to tell me which group of girls is from Thailand. Okay. 6 pictures. 1 picture from our Thais, the rest are other Asian girls. Tell me which number are the group of Thais. Okay, do you know your Thai Hooter girls? Let's find out. Right, I'm only going to read out the right answers, right? The guys who got it right. Okay, Brian Stree. Brian, you always get it wrong every competition. You got it right, mate. Well done. Round of applause to you. A lot of wrong answers tonight. Right, I tell you what, I'm going to have to read out the wrong answers because we haven't got many right answers. Right, Leeds, no. Dave Stewart, no. Robert, no. Thai Billy Boy, no. Mickey Berkshire, no. Entech, no. Thailand Fan, no. Brian, I've already said you're correct. Clive Allen, no. Martin Ryder, no. George Van, no. HFC, no. Only in Thailand, no. Kevin Davis, no. Chris Christopherson, no. Arto Lax, no. Paul Harrison, no. Mike Jones, no. Old Fogarty, no. Gabor, no. No Strings, no. Gunnerman, why, no. Pad Meister, no. Ivan, no. God, I thought there'd be a few more right answers than this. Rob, no. Not tonight, mate. DWP, no. V, no. Naughty Boy, no. No. I just want to say that, didn't I? Mr. Inspector, no. Chetbound, no. No Strings, yes. Naughty Boy, okay, you got it right. Okay, let's just go right into the. Damon, you're back. Right, I'll read that out in a minute. Hang on. Right, let me just run the right answer for you. Okay. Okay, so I'm surprised a lot more people didn't get that, but it's tricky, isn't it? It's easy for me to say. Okay, well done if you did get it right anyway. And I'll try and do some new ones if I do some more in-room competitions in the future. But like I say, next week I'll be outside, right? Damien, evening, Mr. P. I hope you had a great Christmas day. Your stream started at the same time Mum served up Boxing Day rolls, so been stuffing my fat face again. We'll catch up on the stream later. Regards, Damien. You might notice, Damien, it's quite a clear picture tonight. I've got my really fast broadband installed in my apartment now. Yes, okay. We'll need you to bring a note next time, okay? Um, I did mention you earlier, though. I did say I'm surprised Franco and Damien isn't here. A few less numbers in today because I've been going a lot earlier, so I'll try and make it later in the next streams. Monday will be the same time, 3 o'clock UK time. But good to have you in. But I'm nearly done, Damien, so you'll probably have to watch most of the rerun. Czech bound Japan looking good. Okay, looking good for what? Quite dear, aren't they? George Van, let me put your name up there. Look. Wow, Indonesia has Hooters. Yeah, and I know exactly why you're saying that because I worked in Indonesia for a while, and Indonesia is primarily a Muslim country, isn't it? Mosques everywhere. So yeah, but they do have entertainment for Westerners as well. Um, okay, Japan, good looking. Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, Japanese girls, or any Asian girls seem to be quite nice. Michael Francis, there is a bar in Bangkok. The name is after a country where it likes a war or two to be careful. There is a bar in Bangkok. The name is after a country where it's like, or not sure what that means, Mike. It's a bit cryptic there. Maybe you can write to me and explain it. Off to Hong Kong, off to Hong Kong. Then who said that? Original Blaster. Okay. Mickey Berkshire, Hong Kong all day. I didn't really look. Let me have a quick look. Hong Kong. I'll just put this up for a few seconds so I can see Hong Kong. All right, I get you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Innovations reality. This was a tough one. That would have been my last guess. Okay. Yeah, Damien, very clear picture quality. I can't wait to watch it on the rerun. I'll probably. I said to Simon I might go out tonight later because he's not working, and we were planning to go to Cowboy or somewhere. But I'm really, really tired. It's caught up with me. I was running around yesterday. I had a lot to eat at his house, bit to drink. Came back here. Believe it or not, I cleaned my apartment last night. Washed the bed sheets before I went out and everything, and yeah, it's just I don't know. I walked around the park tonight, so I'm feeling a bit tired. But I really enjoyed the walk around the Queen Surrogate Park. It's a nice running track for a mile. I might get a bike, like a bike, because they've got a bike track. Do a few laps on the old bike. But it's really nice to get out there and I was going to say breathe in the fresh air, but breathe in the polluted air. Right, hey then, Hong Kong Hooters has Thailand staff. Who'd have think it? Oh, really? Really? That makes sense, doesn't it? That makes sense. Um, let's see, I think we missed out here. Oh, I didn't say hi to you. How are you doing, Anton? Number 6, you got it wrong, but hi anyway. Hi to Darren Howe, Red Pill Denmark. Just say few are missed there. Casting Thai, how are you doing? DWP, did I say hi to you? Ivan, I don't think I said hi to you either. A few latecomers in here. If you've just joined us, guys, I've started the stream earlier tonight. It was 10 p.m. my time, which was 3 p.m. your time. It'll be the same next Monday again because it's New Year's Eve on the Sunday, isn't it? So, and then I'll go back to my near enough regular times on a Sunday night because I like having more people in. Right, okay. And don't forget, guys, now, I'm living here in Thailand. I'm in Bangkok. If there's anything you want to know, anything you want me to go and explore, anything you thought, oh, I wonder how much this is or I wonder how much that is. I did a video recently about prices, which included the ladies and everything. But if there's anything you want to know about, just let me know. Drop me a comment or an email. And that's what I'm here for. I'll help you guys out. Right. Naughty Boy says, how is Nana Plaza these days? I find it very clinical these days. I really do. And I don't want to sound like it was good in the old days, but it's just, I just find it too commercial now. It's almost like going into a load of bars in Ibiza or somewhere. It's just the way it's set up now. It's just, I'm not keen on it, to be honest with you. Right. Okay. No String says, could you share who is the broadband supplier? Yeah, of course I can. I use True. I don't want to move it in case I do make something wrong. I had to get they do a package where you can get TV channels with them. They're not great TV channels. Most of them are in Thai. But what I've got, they advertise it as 1,000 megabytes. I actually, because I'm on this thing called a mesh, I'm not plugged. I did try plugging directly into the modem. It didn't make any difference. This mesh thing that I plug into is quite good. I'm actually getting about 500. I only get 50 in the UK, and that's supposedly supposed to be fast. But I get 500, so I get that, and I get the TV channels like Netflix and stuff like that. It costs me 1,200 baht a month. I've got an account set up. I've also got a ATS phone contract that's costing me 1,200 baht a month. My rent on this place is 20,000 baht a month. I'm expecting my water and rent to be 2,000 baht a month. So I think all in rent, phone, internet, water, electricity, I'm looking at about £500 a month, which I think is very, very reasonable, especially where I'm living in the heart of the city. You can go off and look at that video, the new apartment. I think that's a very good deal. Okay, Chetban, you got a question. When does the weather change in Bangkok from high season? Well, I was here last year, if you remember, and I got delayed because I caught COVID. I was only going to come out for 3 weeks, and I ended up staying here for 6 weeks. And the weather generally, it starts to warm up, I would say, towards the end of January, and it happens really, really quick. So right now, I mean, I've sat out on my balcony in the morning and drank coffee. It's really nice, and there's actually a breeze. It's not humid at all. I started off the stream last week, but I mean, normally you go out in the evening in Thailand, there's just no respite from the humidity. It's just so hot, with the humidity, and you're sweating all the time. But right now, for the next few weeks, there's a breeze. It's warm, but it's comfortable warm. You don't sweat. You get to the end of the soil, you're not like dripping, so you stay dry. It's warm but comfortable, and there's a breeze. And I sit on my balcony, and when I lay in bed in the mornings, I can see the palm trees, kind of the leaves like moving, and it's so unusual to have a breeze here. But in answer to your question, once we get towards the end of January, then it starts to liven up. It starts to get warm. And if you're not into the heat, just you wait till you get here in sort of June, July, August. Yeah, that's hot. And the Thais now, they're wearing coats, a lot of them, because for them it's cold, but it's just nice for us, isn't it? Um, right, Kevin Davis, New Year's Eve 31st is a Saturday. Yeah, well, okay. So I mean, I don't want to work on this. I don't want to do this on a Sunday because, like you say, New Year's Eve is a Saturday, so it's not like I'm going to go to bed at 9 a.m. and get up at 8 a.m. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. But I just don't want to do the stream on the Sunday because it's too close to New Year's Eve. So I'll do it on the Monday. Um, Michael Francis, Surfshark, BGB. There's loads of them. There's loads of them. I just use VPN because it was recommended to me by somebody, and it seems to work great, and it's not overly priced. Uh, Right, Thailand found True is crazy fast compared to the UK. Yeah, the internet is fast here, especially in the heart of the city in Bangkok. Well, not just here, but in all around Bangkok. Because most of the cables now they're the fiber cables, the glass cables. In the UK, a lot of the cables are still copper, which slows it down. And I'll give you an example. The fiber that I'm paying for in the UK goes to the top of our estate. So the fiber comes from the main, wherever it comes from, GPO office, whatever, is that an old term? And it's fiber, and it gets to the top of our estate, and it's quite a big estate. So, but I'm in the bottom of the estate. So when it hits the top of the estate and goes into the green box, it goes onto copper wire that's already been there for years. They're replacing it slowly, and that's why it slows right down by the time it gets to my house. But here in Thailand, it's just phenomenal speeds, absolutely phenomenal. I was in a bar on Soy 8 the other day called Rumors, and I just got onto their internet. They were getting on my phone, 800 megabytes a second. Can you believe that? It's so fast. Check back, no problem, anytime. No strings, high season, high prices, but it's lovely this time of year. I don't think they'll bring the prices down in low season, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, sometimes you just got to pay what you want. I go to an Italian restaurant about once a week, and it's Italian, but they've got the best burgers. And it's in Soy 8, okay? It's called which one is it? It's not Monster, it's Vivo, okay? And they do a burger and chips, and they bring it out with a small thing of coleslaw and some salad, and it's really nice. It's good beef, which I'm not promoting that. I'm just saying I had it tonight because it's just a treat for me. Well, when I have that with a bottle of water, it's 400 baht, £10, and a 20 baht tip for the waitress. Okay, so it's not cheap, but sometimes you just got to, if you want something, you got to pay for it, haven't you? Damien, 17. Merry Christmas, Peter. Thanks for all your efforts and hard work over 2022. Looking forward to your channel for the next year. Keep up the hard work. See you soon. You will, Damien. You'll be out here. Hopefully, we'll bump into each other. And thanks for the super chat. It was good having breakfast with you and Keo when you were here in There's not many people been in my apartment, but Damien's actually set foot in here with his girlfriend, and there was one other guy called Eddie. I went out with a few times, but yeah, it was nice showing you the apartment, Damien. But thanks for the super chat, Clive Allen's Philippine people having jackets on, but for me it's warm with cool wind at night. Yeah, well, they for them it's cool. It's funny to see actually. I've gone into bars and seen the cashier sitting there with a coat, like wrapped up like this. And I'm like, "Are you cold?" She's like, "Yeah, it's really cold now. It's winter," you know. Um, No String says same owner as the Monsoon. Yeah, more than likely. I mean, it's not, this is slating them off. I go there probably once a week because it isn't cheap, okay, but it's quality. You pay for quality. A lot of tourists go there. A lot of people, couples go there. Like I say, I've had various dishes in there. It's always good quality. The burgers are, I'm a beef burger freak. I love burgers. I don't eat McDonald's. The only fast food chain burger I have here. I've tried the one in what's that one everyone ever always raves about. There's one in Pattaya, and there's one in Bangkok in Central. It's called what's it called? Something Burger. Right opposite Tree Town. What's it called? You know the one. Come on, tell me, somebody. What's it called? Something Burger, Special Burger, or Prime Burger. That's it, Prime Burger. Right. Well, when I went to Pattaya, everyone was like, "Oh, you got to go Prime Burger. You got to go Prime Burger. It's fantastic. It's fantastic." Right. Well, it probably is. Okay, it probably is. But I went in there and I ordered a burger. It was okay. It was okay. What, I'm not going to say anything more than that, right? So I thought, well, I'll go to the one at Central and see what that's like because I do like a good burger. It was okay. All right. So for me, my favorite chain to get a decent burger here, second to none, is why we're talking about burgers, but I might finish what I was going to say. Um, Burger King, the Whopper. I just don't think you can beat it. It's the best tasty burger you get in Thailand. For me, that's my own my own choice. But this Italian place down the road there, they do a very very good homemade burger. Check it out if you come here. Um, I don't. They serve it with them curly fries. I don't like them, so you have to say I just want regular French fries. And the regular French fries are spot on. Okay, naughty boy, absolutely, Damon. Well said. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Dave Stewart. Yeah, I didn't. I remembered in the end. Yeah. Um, yeah. Everyone's saying no. Yeah, and I didn't say anything derogatory, did I? I just said it's personal choice. It wasn't for me. Nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing wrong with it at all. Just wasn't for me. Um, Damon says, I love a Thai burger, if you know what I mean. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, Damon. Right. Let's keep it clean. Veal, how do you say that? Veal, ick, is it? Whoop, flying out in 3 days for my first Thailand holiday. Okay. So the advice I'd give to you is watch every video on cowboy, Nana, scams, freelancers, 10 things not to do, 10 things to make sure you do. It will be monotonous, but just watch it because you will learn a lot from the videos. But it's much more like um, life experience. If you're here, you'll pick things. You will get caught out. You will definitely get scammed. You will definitely get caught out. You don't think you will, but you'll get scammed out a little. When I first got here, I got scammed. Someone put, in the bar, they put an extra bin in my pot, so I paid an extra 100 baht. That's a scam, right? So we all get caught out, but then eventually you earn your stripes and you become a Thailand seasoned traveler. Just don't go to any jewelry shops. Don't make friends with any tuk-tuk drivers. Okay. Um, okay, Paul Hoskins. I'll leave that one for another day. Okay, guys. I think we're nearly there. Like I say, less people in tonight because it was a bit of a strange time to do it. If you came in late, sorry, it's cut a little bit short. I have been gone for just under 2 hours. Let's just finish off with a few of these comments. Okay. Yeah, that's good. You said B is fine. Been spamming all your videos for weeks now. Very excited. Yeah. Okay. And look, look, I'll be look. I was just about to say to be honest with you, but when somebody says to me, "I'll be honest with you," I think they're going to lie. Um, we make all these videos, and it's all the stuff on these videos is true. But what you've got to remember at the end of the day, if you're careful and you're not a numpty and you're not a simp, you're going to be fine. You'll come out here with money in your pocket. You'll have a great time. The Thai people are real nice people. Even the girls in the bars, they've got great characters. They're good fun to hang around with. They've all got, what they call good hearts. They're kind. There's a few bad apples in every bucket, isn't there? It doesn't matter where you go or what you do. But for the majority, for the most part, the Thais are very, very nice people. You'll have a great time. It's not called the land of smiles for nothing, right? Uh, I just don't. I just be really careful. But you might get caught out slightly, but just you'll have a good time, believe me. And I can guarantee I've only ever heard about one guy in 30 years I've been coming here. I've only ever heard from one guy who said, I didn't like Thailand, I won't be going back there. And he was a kind of strange character, if that makes sense. Right. Martin Rice says, avoid the tuk-tuk, biggest scam artist in Bangkok. Yeah, well, I've mentioned that quite a few times, Martin. The thing about the tuk-tuks, if you've never been here, the guy who is it VOX? I don't know. When you come here, you'll want to have a ride in a tuk-tuk because there's nothing like riding through Bangkok at 10, 11 o'clock at night, hot, warm wind going through your hair, that two-stroke pollution you're sniffing. It's great, right? But you don't use tuk-tuks as your main way of transportation. You know, there's great taxis. You can jump on the back of a motorbike taxi. You've got the BTS, you've got the underground. There's lots of ways to get around. But it's a great experience once or twice to jump in the back of a tuk-tuk and go. But agree the price. You make sure he knows exactly where you're going, right? You agree the price, no deviations, no going to see his friends to get cheap jewelry or no special tours. I want to go from here to there. It's 200 baht or whatever it is. That's it. And that, go and enjoy yourself. Have a nice ride in a tuk-tuk, but don't let them take advantage of you. And they will certainly try. Um, Thai Billy Boy. Yeah, thank you. Peter Parker, damn, Mrs. Stream. Well, there is a rerun. Just to let you know, if you've ever wondered about this, some people watch this. They come into the stream late and they watch the rerun, and they say, "Oh, I can't read the comments. There's no comments." Well, what you got to remember on a 2-hour stream, it takes YouTube several hours to process the whole video, which includes the. Although you can watch the video, they're processing the chat, and sometimes you can't read the chat, the live chat, until the following day. So if you watch not only me, any kind of stream on a rerun, and you like engaging in the chat even though it's not live, leave it for a day and then that chat will appear. It's just YouTube. I was reading somewhere that YouTube, they get uploaded 80 years of video content every second. How big are their servers? It could have been every minute actually, but 80 years. So if you watch one video for 80 years constantly, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, 80 years, they get that every second or every minute. Isn't that a lot of videos uploaded? So my point of that is that they've all got to be processed, so they're very powerful machines they've got. No strings, great stream, very entertaining. Take care. Thank you very much. Bend over, hit like. Yeah, absolutely. I love it when you hit the like button. I've never understood why people watch a stream who like the stream, who don't hit the like button. Because if somebody comes along and thinks, oh, I don't like this guy, or he's boring, I don't want to watch him, they'll just go, right? But I've never understood why people who like it, not just me, somebody who watches a stream think, oh, yeah, I like this guy, or I like his stream, and you're watching it. I never understood why people don't just click the mouse and give him a thumbs up because they like the stream, they're watching it. Why, you've got your hands are free. Why not just click it, Right, Dutch Farang. YouTube big servers for video, but can't even process simple text. Big knobs, right? You know what? Awful Brother says, found public buses very interesting. Is that here in Thailand? They're great, actually. I wouldn't go in one of those small Toyota minibuses with 8 seats. Sometimes they'll pack 10 or 12 people in there. Sometimes they drive like crazy. There was a story today, 11 tourists, foreign tourists, got injured. There was a bus that went off a highway and hit a concrete post. I don't think there were any fatalities, but 11 of the people on that bus were foreigners and they got injured. I've just started using the buses in Thailand because it is because I'm going to be living here. I've got to kind of budget myself, and I can't afford like 1,200 baht taxis every time I want to go to Pattaya, or even more, 2,000 to get down to Hua Hin. So I've started using the blue buses, and it's very, very good. Andrew Hammond taught me how to use them. Even though I've been coming here all these years, I've never even thought about buses, never crossed my mind, And I actually did it for the first time, 131 baht. I made a video about it, but it's great. The bus stops at Edgamaya, jump on the BTS straight up to Nana. It's about 2 hours. It's air conditioned. It's comfortable. Get your headphones in, your phone. 131 baht. Why take a taxi? Apple's going to love me, isn't she? Now saying that. Right, Paul 156. I watch, but I neither like or dislike. That's fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, you're not compelled to give a thumbs up, but it's just if you like watching somebody's channel, why not? It helps them with the algorithm. Right, on Utana. Just had a nice meal, a hidden gem of a restaurant. Oh, you're here, aren't you? You're here. We're going to meet up. We're going to meet up. Just had a hidden gem of a restaurant in Ceylon, Bangkok, that my Thai girlfriend took me to. Live music and a large Leo, only 100 baht. Yeah, that's great. That's great. You can find places. There's a place I go to, but I go early because it's so popular. You won't get a table. It's on soy. Oh my God, I'm telling you about it, I can't remember. I think it's soy 11. So as you go into, no, it's not soy 11. It might be a 7. It's around there somewhere like 10 to 11 or 11/1. But as you go in the soy, it's the first place on the right. And it's a kind of Thai place, but the quality of the food is excellent, really good. And your average meal, if you go there on your own, you have one meal, it's like 100 baht, but it's filling. It's not like a little plate of fried rice. If you ask for Carpat Guy or something like that, fried rice with chicken, it's not like a little cupful like you get in a lot of places. It's big and it's filling. And I go there quite 3 times a week, and it's but don't go after 5 o'clock because you just won't get a seat. It's full Thais, foreigners. It's just such good value. I tell you the other good place if you've never tried it, but it's fairly small portions, but it's quick. It's okay if you don't want to spend a lot of money, but that's Foodland in Soy. Are they in Soy 5? Yeah. So as you come out of Soy 4, across the road, Soy 5, it's a supermarket. It's great for stationery in there. You get some great stationery, but they have a 24-hour food counter. You sit there, there's just a paper menu, Thai food and foreign food. What did I have? I had pad Thai in there the other day. It cost me, I think it was 100 baht. Okay. It's cheap. It's not the biggest portions in the world, but if you're on a budget, Foodland is not a bad option. I have a lot of food in soy Arab because I like Indian food, Arabic food. I love simple food like dal and lent, uh, dal with pillow rice or some nice fresh naan bread where you can just tear it. It's just come out of the clay oven. So the point of telling you all that about the food is, you don't have to go to, restaurants where you spend 400 or 500 baht. There are little gems hidden around, but obviously the longer you're here, you start to find out about them. Because a lot of people think you either eat in a 400, 500 baht restaurant or you have to eat on a food cart, and there are in between places that are really nice. I don't eat off food carts on the street. I'm very paranoid about getting sick and stuff like that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but it's just something like a choice, a personal choice for me that I don't do it. Okay. Dutch Frank says I would never. Yeah, I'll put that up. I would never in my life stay in a hostel. Many people do, Dutch Frank. I'm in your camp. I wouldn't stay in a hostel, but that's because I'm 62. But like again, Andrew Hammond, who does it on a budget, he sees it as a challenge, not spending much money, and he does. He'll check into a hostel. He's about 50, but he'll be sleeping in a room with 10 students who are with backpacks and stuff, and he's paying £6 a night, and he's so happy that he got the place for £6 a night. But I'm with you. I like a bit of privacy. When I wake up in the morning, I want to be able to go to the bathroom naked and scratch my nuts, and if I want to fart, I can fart. I don't have to worry about other people. I know that's a bit basic, but that's how it is. Um, right, Viox again. I have the chance, have like 4 days that's not booked yet, so I toyed with the idea. Okay, I'm not sure which idea. If you've told me, I've forgotten. A then, um, it's easy to forget to hit the like. Good stream, nice work, Peter. Indoor makes a change from the walkabouts. I'm gonna try and do 50-50. What I might do is do one outdoor stream and one indoor stream. But of course, the indoor streams are a lot of efforts when you prepare competitions and put up green screens and things. But they're easy in the fact that I'm just sitting here and I can drink a cold beer while I'm talking to you. The outside streams are a lot easier that I don't need to do any preparation. I just stick my camera on the go on the selfie stick here, and away I go, and that's it. There's no preparation. But the problem is I've got to get in a taxi or the Sky Twin. I've got to actually go somewhere. The last couple I've done around here because it's been easy. I was just testing the equipment. I bought this one, which was a bit cheap and nasty actually. Uh, it just kind of stabilizes that way. It doesn't do the other way. But this was kind of like 800 baht, whereas that was kind of 4,500. But anyway, gone off topic there. So the outside ones are more kind of fun. You can interact with people and stuff like that. But you do have to get there. And of course, if you start a stream at midnight like I do, and I finish at 2 a.m. in the morning and say good night to you, and then I'm suddenly 10 miles out of the city, then I've got to get back, haven't I? And you end up getting to bed about 4 o'clock in the morning. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, Yeah, I don't think it's that anymore. Aussie 411. I always use the bus 200 baht for Hua Hin in Edgama bus station, 9 baht. Okay, well, I looked at prices because I've never taken the bus to Hua Hin, and I was quoted 426 baht. So whether that's gone up as well, because I'm guessing probably 3 years ago, unless I was quoted a different bus. You've got to be, if you go to Edgama and you want to go in a big blue coach, be really careful because it's confusing. Because I went up to one of the windows, I said, I want to go back down to Pattaya, or was it coming the other way? I don't know. Where was it? I've only used the bus once. So where was it? No, it was when I was going down to Pattaya. I spent one night, didn't I, in the Boss Suites, and I went up to the window. It said patio, and yeah, I want to go on. And I'd already been. I'm getting confused now. I'd already been once and paid 131 on the blue bus. Let's just say that, okay? I went back for my second ticket, and it was 160 baht, and I said, "Hang on," I said, "I paid 131 baht last week in the blue bus." And as soon as I said blue bus, he went, like, it's window number one for Pattaya. If you go to Pattaya on the bus and you go to Egamaya station, it's window number one. And when you get off Egamaya BTS, it's literally 100 yards over there. Okay, just make sure you get off the right side of the station. Just go to the window where they sell the tickets and say, you know, blue bus station. They'll tell you. Richard Woolley, yeah, decent Christmas. Thank you, Richard. Paul Hoskin, better out than in. Right. Black Bolt, I like the interaction with the unfriendly bar owner. Very funny. Was that? Yeah, that was the one down here. I'm not going back to that bar. She was really unfriendly and rude, actually. I said to her, "What's going on down there?" And she just walked away. Paul 156 Peter has no understanding of whether he's talking to himself or his team or his audience. Okay, so let's get rid of him. We had to have one, didn't we? Right, Black Bolt. Right, Alpha Bravo. Okay. Right, Super Steven, Terminal 21 food court, very good. And oh, no, I found something else out here now. Now, I always thought Terminal 21, the food court is in the basement. Well, it is. They've got the Japanese burger place called Moss Burger. They're not bad, actually. And they've got a few places down there. And I thought that was basically the food counter, but it's not. If you go up to the fifth floor, they've got a regular Thai food court there where you buy the card and it's much bigger and there's a bigger selection. But I can't eat there, unfortunately, because you know how much I hate the smell of garlic. It makes me want to vomit. And most of the food up there, it's laced with garlic. It's, kind of buffet style. And itchy hooter again, I love these small clams, that they fry with chili. It's called hoi lai, and they fry it with chili, so really spicy, really nice for beer. And I was looking at it, I had big clumps of garlic in it. I thought, what a shame. I'd love to have had that for lunch today. But, fifth floor, Terminal 21, if you like the food courts. Robert, 2000. Okay. I think we're almost there, guys. Anybody else? So I'm going to slurp on this and we'll see. Right. Right. Yeah, funny you should say that. Black Bolt, how's Apple doing? Hopefully she has lots of business. She has. Some people get a bit pissed off because what happens is they try to book the taxi with Apple, and she does a good service. She picks up most people, and they're very happy with the service. But she's only one person, and from time to time she's not available, and people get pissed off. She doesn't let people down. Sometimes she'll send a replacement, very rarely a replacement driver. But I haven't spoken to her for a while. I'm guessing she's not too happy with me when she hears me talking about catching the bus all the time. Um, Right. Aussie 411 Pete, it was just last year I spent New Year's there, right off Egamaya. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Right, Bernie, I'll end on this one because that's a nice stream to end in. Bernie, thanks for a great stream. Yeah, thanks, Bernie. The problem is I can't really let myself go away because I'm in an apartment and you can only see me here, but there's people up there, there's people down there, so I've got to be careful. But I'll try and come up with some new competitions for the next time I'm on an indoor one, as they say. Okay. Uh, right. Okay. So, guys, look, all I can say is thanks for joining me today. I hope you had a good Christmas. New Year's Eve next Saturday. I won't be doing the stream on Sunday. I'll be here on Monday, which will be, if you're in the UK, that will be 3 p.m. If you're not in the UK, it will be 10 p.m. It goes out on Monday, next Monday. So you'll have to work that out. That's 10 p.m. Thai time. So you'll have to work that out. Okay. But for now, thank you very much for joining me tonight. It's just gone midnight here in the Land of Smiles. So I'm going to clock off now, have another Leo beer, maybe watch a bit of Netflix, and I'll catch you real soon. Oh, by the way, before I go, I've done another interview with Peter. I don't know if you remember Peter from Thai Legal Protection. I did the one on the apartments, the first one. We're going to be doing a series of them. Well, I've just done another interview with him. It's up there for the silver and gold members, but I'll be releasing it to everybody else around Wednesday or Thursday. And this is how to stay in Thailand long term if you don't qualify for a retirement visa or a work permit, because you have to be at least 50 years of age to get a retirement visa. Or if you're with a company, they can do all your work permit stuff. But there are guys who come out here who are digital nomads. They don't qualify for the digital nomad visa, which they do have one, but it's very, very difficult to get because you've got to have a long history of working for a big company, doing IT and stuff. And most guys are doing drop shipping or YouTube or something like that, and they don't qualify it. So Peter's with Thai Legal Protection in Pattaya. We're going to be doing a video every month. I've done one already. It's up there for the members. And it's basically, if you're around 30, 40, 45, even 48, and you want to stay in Thailand a long time, and you just don't know how to do it because you don't qualify for the regular visas, watch that. It's a 40-minute interview with Peter. You'll get some answers from there, and hopefully that'll be a helpful one. But for tonight, guys, once again, thanks for joining me tonight. I'll catch you real soon. And whatever you're doing this week, have a good one, okay? Thanks.